Hey guys, welcome to the channel. We're here with Claire tonight.
Good evening, everybody.
We've had, just to get it right out of the way, we've had some technical difficulties over the past few streams. And Claire's audio wasn't working one time. My audio wasn't working one time. And it was technical cooties. We had some Xenu space cooties in the form of some software glitches. And they were all on my computer. So once we got rid of the audio software that was causing problems, everything seems to be working well. So let me know in the comments if you can hear me. And Aaron and Mike and I were talking. We're just going to call all these channels that we do SPTV because Scientology's got Scientology TV. And so now the collective channels of Mike Rinder, Aaron Smith-Levin, myself, and all the others on YouTube are part of SPTV.
Woohoo! Launch party.
Yeah. Of course the sound's good now because we fixed it. So we should be golden. Let us know in the comments where you're coming in from tonight, where you're watching from tonight. And we want to just make sure everything's good here. We've got all of the video and the audio faculties working right. We're gonna talk about what's happened this week. We're gonna show some bobble picks. We're gonna do a Q&A. We may or may not have some special guests for the Q&A. And then when the Q&A's done, we're going to go into the David Miscavige Scientology Boss Baby Shoops. That's going to be at the very end of the video. That's the last thing we're going to do. But we've got some people from Melbourne, Houston, Portland, Pennsylvania, Chicago, Northeast PA, Twin Cities, Tucson, Pennsylvania, Portland, Houston, Nashville, North Carolina, Phoenix, Ohio, Napa Valley, Huntington Beach, north of Seattle, Minnesota, London, Vermont, Maryland. Now, Maryland, thank you for joining us, Maryland.
Hi, Maryland.
Maryland is the one who made these.
Prized possession in the Headley household.
She took this picture from the South Park episode of Xenu, and she crocheted this thing. Now, she sent me one, which I love, and I have it right here on my desk. She also made one for Mike Rinder, and she made one for Aaron. And she was offering to make them for the SP shop or so we could sell them to raise money. I think she's done enough for us. I don't mind if she makes more, but I think a great idea would be if people want them for their bobbleheads, then Maryland should just offer them, and then we can put a link to her. We could probably put a link to her if she has a site or an Etsy site or something. We could put a link to that in the SP shop or on the channel, and then if you want one of those, we can send people to her to get them. I think that's fair. I can't imagine it's easy to make those things, or it's very quick either. So I would feel much better if she wanted to sell them, she could sell them. It's just logistically, we're trying to get away from us fulfilling everything. We're trying to farm out the fulfillment so that Claire's not just packing stuff all day long. She has a whole company to manage and do. We're trying to get out of the business of packaging and fulfilling stuff and driving to the post office all day. And then, if somebody wants,
much as I love doing it.
If somebody wants them, then they can ask for them. And then Marilyn can answer you in the comments of where to get them. So, we'll figure that out. But that's the idea.
Hey, we got Mike Rinder in the house.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yes. So, so if you've got questions that you want us to answer, we're going to go a little long tonight, guys. So buckle up, buttercups. We've got a lot of questions we want to answer. We've got bobblehead picks. And yeah, there's so many things happening right now. There's all sorts of updates on the lawsuit that's happening in Tampa. If you want to know about all the additional filings and the back and forth on that case or on the Valerie Haynes case, Aaron Smith-Levin over at Growing Up in Scientology, he's got videos on all that stuff, and you can find out all about that. But there was another video I wanted to talk about, which Andrew Gold, On the Edge with Andrew Gold, he did a video where he interviewed a current Scientologist. Did you see that, Claire?
No, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, I think it just came out today.
Which current Scientologist?
It's just
there's not many left.
Well, it's a newbie girl who doesn't sound like she's been in Scientology that long.
Oh,
and
that makes perfect sense.
Well, that's what I was going to say. She not only is she saying like, oh, it's the same people that are complaining about Scientology. They're all ex-Sea Org members, and it's all the same people. And I was thinking when I was watching, I was like, well, yeah, but it's not the same people. Because in 2005 or 2006, it was just us. It wasn't a lot of ex-Sea Org people that were making a big stink at that time. And there were people that came before us that had since stopped. And then Mike Rinder escaped, and Marty Rathbun escaped, and all these other people, Jeff Hawkins, Amy Scobie. So there were more than just us. And then some of those people went off and did their own thing. And then more people escaped. And then Aaron showed up, and, Mike started doing a TV show. And then Lawrence Wright and Alex Gibney and Louis Theroux and Anderson Cooper, they're not ex-Sea Org members. Lawrence Wright's not an ex-Sea Org member. He's not even a Scientologist. So how is it from the same people? Anyway. Do you want to turn up your mic? Somebody's saying your mic's a little low.
I know.
You know how to turn it up?
I think so. I don't know.
Just hit those lights in the back until where on the mic is until they get more up the other way. No, you gotta go. Maybe just leave it or just. Oh, there you go. That was it. You're good. Oh, don't go too loud. Oh, moly.
I'm not checked out on this microphone, Mark.
Oh, it sounds much better to me.
Okay.
I mean, it's better to be a little loud. You can always push it away a little bit if it's too loud.
Yeah.
But
give us feedback, folks. Sorry,
it's good. Feedback is not the right thing to ask for when you're talking about audio.
Am I louder now? Then how about that?
Yes, that's perfect. Anyway, so this gal, she doesn't know about Xenu. And
of course she doesn't. She doesn't have $500,000.
Yeah, but I'm also pretty sure that this was not sanctioned by OSA.
Of course it wasn't.
She's going rogue. Well, the other thing is that somebody says, I'm very loud. Yeah, I need a VU meter. Yeah, that's the thing with StreamYard. It doesn't have any professional audio. It just says volume up or down or automatically set. Anyway, this gal that did this video with Andrew Gold, she's probably going to get in big trouble. Because she did a video on a YouTube channel that has SPs all over it. So they're going to stumble. If Scientologists watch this video, they're going to see our videos. And then they're going to go like, hey. So it's almost, it was comical that she did this. So I don't know.
I kind of feel bad for her. But, at the very minimum, she's a potential trouble source now.
Well, the potential is out the window. She's a definite trouble source.
Definite trouble source.
Yeah, and she's
Welcome
a total.
To the party.
Yeah, I didn't watch the whole interview. I watched like the first few minutes of it, and
it was that good, huh?
It was amazing.
It was compelling.
Well, I just was like, as soon as she was like, "Oh, it's the same people," I was like, "Oh yeah, no, sorry, sweetness, it's not the same people."
Yeah, she hasn't learned how to use Google yet.
Yeah, but either way, OSA's going to come for her. She's going to get in trouble. And then, I mean, that's kind of how Tampa Brad went. He was like, gung-ho, this. And then it was like, no, this is not happening. So, anyway.
And somebody in the comments said that she said Scientology doesn't work for everyone. Big no.
That's well, she did say that, and she said that right off. She said, Scientology doesn't work for everyone. I was like, that is not the OSA script. This girl is off script.
Renegade.
Yeah. So anyway, that's so that happened. I don't know if Aaron has done a video about it, or maybe he'll do a video about it tomorrow. I don't know about that, but either way, she's going to be in trouble. We'll see. I'm pretty sure she's not going to be the international spokesperson or anything like that.
Well, we can just throw it out there right now. Hey, when you're ready to be interviewed on SPTV about your whole experience, we are here for you.
Yeah, the Aftermath of Foundation will be there when she needs, when OSA comes for her and she decides this is not for me, that Scientology is not working for me either, we'll be there. Yep. But that was another thing I wanted to tell everybody. We've been getting a ton of messages. If any of you didn't watch our videos, our Spy File videos from last week, I think even the week before, for the past, is it 2 weeks now? For the past 2 weeks, Scientology started out, they were harassing my companies, and they've never done this before. Excuse me. They've never done this in the 17 years that we've been exposing Scientology. They've never come after my companies or my business side of life. They've been attacking me personally, nonstop.
We should say that we know of.
Yes, that we know of. That's true. That I've been aware of, or that my clients have emailed me about. Mm-hmm. There was a few instances where we've tried to, we've had business relations, and then somebody Googled me, or they Googled Claire, and then they said, oh, we're sorry, we can't do business with you because we saw this website and it said all these horrible things. And we resolved that, but there have been a few instances of that where the personal attacks have poured over into our business lives. Okay, 2 weeks ago, they started attacking my business clients by writing directly to my clients and essentially saying, you shouldn't be associated with this guy, and he has jobs or something that you've done for you on his website, and you're going to have him take those down. We did get emails from some of my clients, and they did tell us they got this letter, but none of them so far, knock on wood, none of them have asked us to disassociate with them or take them off our website or anything like that.
Again, that we know of, but that's okay.
Yeah, that we know of.
Yep.
We did now hear of them attacking Claire's clients. So now they're sending out notices and tweets and things to Claire's company and the clients that she has for her company. And she has a completely different business than I have. And so that happened.
And they're growing pretty harsh, I'll say.
Yeah.
No further comment, but you know what?
Yeah. So.
Go ahead. Document it all, OSA. Document your hate campaign.
Yeah. So the thing I wanted to tell you guys is that usually when this happens, it means like these attacks from OSA, they cannot, no new direction or no new actions can take place unless David Miscavige personally himself directs or authorizes these new attacks and these new tactics. So when David Miscavige is getting hot and bothered and there more pressure and more activity is coming from OSA, it means that David Miscavige is acting more erratic and more irrational, and usually he's angry and he's doing like Scientology boss baby tantrums. And when he does that, that's when Sea Org members escape. That's when Mike Rinder escaped. That's when I escaped. That's when a lot of people, when he starts tightening the screws on Sea Org members, so much so that they're like, I'm not dealing with this anymore. That's when they escape. So did you get that Tom Pope one?
I did.
Perfect.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
Anyway, so this is a good thing. I'm trying to say, we're like nonsense sponges. We soak up the nonsense for everybody, and then we channel that into content if we can. We have to silo some of it if it's nonsense, and we might have to be quiet about some things in case that, depending on what the lawyers tell me. And then we try to turn it in. We try to flip it. I think if we had Aaron on here, it's like jiu-jitsu. You take the energy from somebody and you redirect it, and you don't go up against it. You use that to turn it back. So that's what we're trying to do, guys. It's working. Whatever's happening right now, this is the first time in 17 years that they're doing what they've done. And we
are hitting a nerve.
Something's going on. Something's happening. They don't want us to happen.
So thank you to everybody here, because you are part of this, and we appreciate your support and everything else. But we ain't stopping, OSA.
Yeah.
Go write that in your diary.
Yeah, OSA's going to, OSA, if you guys are watching OSA, we're here. We're still going. And the other thing is, actually, we'll wait until, we might have some special guests. If we have our special guests show up, we'll go through that. But if you got questions, get them in there. Are you ready to do some bobble picks?
Sure.
Let's do some bobble picks, folks.
Let's do it.
We got, so this photo right here, this is the winner of last week. So this is a Bobble Rinder, or a Mike Jr., depending on what you like to call him. I'd like to call him Bobble Rinder. Mike Jr. is good too, or just Mike Rinder Bobblehead.
Bobble Mike.
Or Bobble Mike. But we got a picture. This is an e-meter, Scientology e-meter. Those big metal things, those are called cans. Those are the e-meter cans. Those are the things you put your hands around.
Or more currently, electrodes, if you'd like to be.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird definition for cans. Those are obviously cans.
Yeah, I mean, they were originally soup cans, but now,
true.
They can't call them soup cans.
That's true.
Really tacky.
When Scientology first came out with the e-meter, which was originally made by a gentleman by the name of Volney Matheson, and Hubbard essentially stole his design, redid it, made us some slight little changes to it, and then called it the Hubbard e-meter. But it was it was a Matheson. The first e-meters that Scientology used were by this guy named Volney Matheson. Anyway, they used to use, like, you would just go buy some beans from the supermarket and take the label off and wash them out. And then they had these little alligator clips, and you would clip alligator clips to soup cans, and that's how you audited. Imagine this super high tech science-based religion that uses Chef Boyardee cans to give you spiritual counseling. Maybe not. And then they hook it up to this easy bake oven, and then that's supposed to tell you what your how many body thetans you have left stuck to you. So this is the winner of last week's Bobble Picks. Thank you for the person that sent that. Claire is going to contact you, and you are going to get a free SP bracelet or a signed Blown for Good book.
Or if you're watching right now, just shoot me an email so I don't have to dig through many hundreds of emails to find it.
Sure. But
I'd appreciate any help and support.
Yeah. And if you want something else, let us know. But we've got all different sizes of SP bracelets on the spshop.com. She's obviously, or he or she has already got a bobblehead, so they don't need one of those. Unless they want another one, we'll send you another one. Okay, so now we're going to show you some of the bobble picks that we got sent this week. And Claire, you might help me out if I can't tell where they are, because I haven't been to all these places.
Yep, that's all right. I got it.
This is, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's Scientology Atlanta.
You're winning, honey. You're nailing it.
This is this person took their book, their Billion Years book, and their Mike Rinder bobblehead, and they took a picture in Atlanta at the Scientology organization, which is great. That's awesome. Thank you for that.
Yes.
And then we've got this one. Now, I do recognize this one because I shot an interview with the local 9 News TV station, and that's Denver. That's right in front of Denver organization, which is across the street or around the block, around the corner from the stadium downtown, Coors Field. And that looks like that's Xena, the warrior princess.
And I thought it was Christy.
No, that's Xena, the warrior princess.
Okay.
And Xena doesn't have any relationship to Xenu that I know of. She could be. They could be sister and brother. I don't know. But I don't think so. And she's got a little cardboard sign there. Xenu is my homeboy. Maybe she was by the side of the off-ramp or something, or maybe she was downtown somewhere trying to hustle some bucks, and that's what she had the little placard for. But she's hanging out with Mike Jr. right in front of the Denver org. That's pretty awesome. And then let's see what else we got here. We've got, this is Auckland.
This is Auckland, yes.
Okay, so this is
and
they've
there's
got a,
Mike.
They've
There's
got a
Mikey
poster.
Mike.
Oh yeah, he's right there.
Yeah,
he's on the
right
rocks.
There. Yep.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh,
We have a special
this
guest.
It's going to be a party now.
Who's that? Who's that? That's growing up in Scientology, Aaron Smith-Levin.
Hey,
Nice.
Aaron in the house.
Aaron. Just in time. We're just wrapping up the bobble picks, and hopefully we get some more people showing up here. But
Nice.
Thank you for joining us, Aaron.
My pleasure.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Aaron.
We're on SPTV. We're slaying it today. Aaron's videos today have been watched. Just the videos he did today have been watched by more people than there are Scientologists worldwide. Okay?
I believe it.
Yes. And you mind if we keep going, Aaron?
Yeah, go ahead.
We don't have that many left of the bobble picks. After we do that, we're going to start doing questions. And I was going to ask you about, did you see that video that Andrew Gold did with that gal? Okay, we're going to talk about that. I want to hear your thoughts on it, because I feel sorry for that poor girl.
I know.
Bad things are coming her way.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, the next pick is, now this is an AI, artificial intelligence generated Bobble Jr. So somebody told the AI to generate a Mike Jr., and this is what it came up with. So it's AI bobblehead.
Wow.
Yep.
And then this one is amazing. This is Mike. He's just getting ready for his Mardi Gras parade. And he's got his little Mardi Gras mobile with his little float thing he's dragging. And then he's totally decked out for bead throwing and the whole deal for his Mardi Gras parade. And you can see him. There's a bobblehead under that outfit there.
Yep.
And that's awesome. And then we've got, let's see here. Okay, this is one where John Sweeney is yelling at the bobble render. And just to be clear, guys, Mike Sweeney was never yelling at Mike in those videos. Mike was standing there looking all gaunt and looked like he needed a few sandwiches, but he was yelling at Tommy Davis,
And
who
probably
at the time,
about 2 weeks of sleep.
yeah, he was yelling at the gentleman by the name of Tommy Davis, who was at the time, I'm pretty sure at that time, he was the international spokesperson for Scientology. And John Sweeney, they had been winding up John Sweeney for weeks and weeks and weeks with the sole intention of having him explode. And that's eventually what he did. And John Sweeney was a reporter for the BBC at the time. He's still a reporter. I'm just not sure if he might do stories for the BBC, but I don't think he's employed by the BBC. I'm not sure. Oh my goodness. Who's that?
All right.
Who's that? Looks like we got Mike Rinder in the house.
Yeah.
Just in time
Just in time. I was just explaining.
to see my old buddy.
Yeah. I was just explaining that that's John Sweeney yelling at a bobblehead, but in the actual video where John Sweeney yells, he was yelling at Tommy Davis, not at Mike Rinder. I did say that, to be fair, Mike, because I talked a little teeny bit of trash about you. I said Mike Rinder was standing in the room there looking like he needed a few sandwiches. He was looking pretty gaunt. And Claire mentioned that you probably could have used about 2 weeks of sleep as well.
Yeah.
But,
Somebody in the comments just gave the perfect title to this picture here. It's "You Weren't There, Bobble Mike."
Do you know what's so funny about this story, about what happened immediately after that?
What?
Immediately after this explosion, we walked into like one of the next little things in the CCHR life exhibition, or death exhibition or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
Whatever
It's okay.
called.
We're way into the
We're way
video
in.
now,
Okay,
Mike. So we can we're 25 minutes in with the first F-bomb from you.
Okay,
So we're good.
and no black shirt today, no dark blue. Look at this.
Oh,
And you too, Mark. But
Yes,
Aaron showed up in SPTV black.
yes. Well, that's the standard issue for SPTV. It's like the RPF. We get all black uniforms.
Yeah.
Right. In any event, so we go into this next room, and Sweeney's sort of recovering his composure, and he says to Tommy Davis, "Well, Tommy, why I want an interview with David Miscavige. He'd been asking for this interview, asking, and all of this. Oh, he's too busy. You wouldn't just ask the Pope for an interview. Well, John Sweeney actually would just ask the Pope for an interview.
Yes.
And he's like, well, no, I'm afraid he's too busy. And well, how do you know he's too busy? Because I talk to him every day.
Oh, yes.
And Tommy made this big blunder.
Yeah.
And he's like, I talk to him every day. That night is the night that Tommy Davis took off to the Wynn Hotel in Las Vegas and hid out because he knew he was in deep, deep poop.
To be clear, he blew the Sea Org.
Right.
He blew
the
Tommy
Sea
Davis blew the Sea Org. And that is not the only time he blew the Sea Org.
Org. Right. but I just got to tell you, the rest of the funny story is
Yeah.
Sweeney then turns to me and he says, well, Mike, what do you say? Would you arrange an interview with me with Mr. Miscavige? And I said, no, of course not. He said, well, why not? I said, John, you're an asshole. And he cracked up. But more than that, his producer, Sarah Mole, who's also become a very close friend of mine, and the cameraman both cracked up.
Nice.
Everybody just started laughing. It was like a very, very funny moment. Anyway.
Awesome.
Sorry.
It's all good.
Oh, that's good.
We have one of the last pictures we're going to just show here. This is not really a bobblehead pick. It's kind of a shoop, but I like it. It's fun. So this is Mike using his bobblehead as like a talisman. Like, be gone, evil Scientology things.
I like that corduroy jacket.
Yeah, right.
I'm not sure where they got that from, but
and that big ring.
Probably from some kind of 70s movie where there's a cross in his hand. He's like, no, vampires. And then I wanted to show this because did you guys get your your little things yet? Your crochets?
So
we mailed them the same day, so you should have them shortly, folks.
So here's the one.
Courtesy of Maryland.
This is what we got. You can see it. It's what it looks like in the picture, but and it has like the cape comes off. He's just got his little in case he wants to have like his summer outfit, his summer warrior do, and then he easily.
It's so good. It's actually better in person even than the picture does justice.
So tell me what you think, Aaron. I was the woman who made these. Her name is Marilyn, and she's crocheting these. She wanted to do a thing where she sends them to us, and then we auction them. I think we have the ones we have. I think if somebody wants one, we just send them to her Etsy store or something like that. If they want them, they can just get them from her. Because I guarantee you, it would take me about. I think it'd take me about 7 years to crochet that.
Honey, really, come on now. You're not going to be crocheting that even in 7 years.
That maybe.
Let's be real.
Right. So I think we just have her do it. And then I think that's all for the bobble picks that we have for today. So if you guys want to vote on those bobble picks, go down in the comments and tell us which bobble pick you like the best. And we'll see which one's the winner of next week. Okay, so Aaron.
Yeah.
What thoughts on this poor gal who did this? First of all, she seems like she's a newbie. She doesn't know much. Totally, I don't think this was OSA sanctioned. She says Scientology doesn't work on everyone. To me, that was like the first clue. Like, this
giveaway.
This gal is not. She saw a video we did. First of all, she's watching Andrew and she's watching SP's talk on YouTube. That's a big no.
Well, she claims she's never seen any of our stuff.
So then how would she know to contact Andrew Gold?
Exactly.
So like, hello?
She didn't fall down the Scientology rabbit hole and just run into Andrew.
Yeah. Also, Mike, there's no way a person who's not sanctioned by OSA should be going on YouTube being a spokesperson for Scientologists.
No, especially not when that person has interviewed Aaron, you, and me.
Yeah, so
like this is just, and you know, Tony, like everybody, Tony Ortega, Chris Shelton. I mean, Andrew Gold has run the gamut of the Scientology SP world, and she's essentially she's leading people to find out more stuff from SPs. Right.
Yeah.
Because they're going to see her video. They're going to see the video. The next video that's going to end is going to be one of us talking about Scientology. Yeah. Or, I mean, it's a total wipeout. But so what do you think? What do you think, Aaron?
I think her intentions were good. But when you watch the interview, I'm sorry, I know I very quickly slide into the derogatory words. She's dumb as rocks. Okay?
Oh my goodness.
She's dumb as rocks.
Beep,
she took her makeup advice from Frankenfurter.
Oh my goodness. You guys are going hard. Oh my God. I was just like, she seemed kind of new, not, hey, why don't you get a trowel to put that makeup on there, sweetness. Oh,
I just took one glimpse at it. I didn't even watch the whole thing. I just took one glimpse at it. I went, oh.
Wow.
But here's what I mean. Here's what I mean. When I say she's dumb, here's what I meant. Here's an example of why I would say that. If her goal was to put a friendly, smiley face on Scientology, Andrew asked her one question from apostate Alex. Hey, what do you have to say to a staff member like me who was locked in a room? And instead of going, well, that was horrible and that was wrong, she goes, well, what did you do?
Oh no, come on.
Nice. What did you do? Like, not like we shouldn't be locking people in rooms. That's horrible.
Not like, no, I've never heard of that practice. None of that. Just what did you do?
What did you do that was so out ethics that he had to keep you in the room?
Well, obviously you deserve to be locked in a room, so let's ask the obvious question.
Well, and Andrew was like, no. And Andrew actually said, what would he have had to do to justify being locked in a room?
Right.
And she
Good
goes,
question.
Oh. Anyway, so I'm saying that's what I mean. Even if her intention was to just blow smoke up Andrew's butt and make it all, she failed at that.
Well,
yeah,
she isn't obviously a complete newbie.
Well, she's working on the basic books. She's working. Well, so she's been in Scientology for 9 years, and she's never done the student hat.
And she's still working on the basic books.
She's still working on the basics, and she lives in Arkansas where there's not even a mission, so she's not even on lines at an actual org.
Wow.
Now, she did know enough Scientology to know what did you do.
Exactly. That's what I mean. She's not a total newbie.
Well,
she really, no, she has done. Okay, so she sent Andrew a picture of all of her certs. Every single one of her certs is a Div 6 course.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I did the student hat when I was 12. I mean, that's the first, in order to do any real Scientology that's got any meat on the bone, you have to do the Pro TRs, the student hat, the E-meter course. There's like a few courses you have to do just to get into the meat. So anyway, I think she's got a world of pain coming her way.
Well, she thinks she's coming to Tampa to do the student hat in a few months. And I think when she gets here, she's going to have an ethics cycle to do.
Where's she coming from?
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
She did an interview with Andrew Gold in London.
Flag.
No.
Well, yeah, they're not letting her near
sent
flag.
to Tampa org.
Well, that's where she said she's going is Tampa org. She already was going.
Oh, that's the closest state that has an org to Arkansas?
No, Nashville. I mean, Nashville's much closer. Atlanta's closer.
So why doesn't she go there?
Why don't we ask her? I think we should invite her onto our podcast.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Ask her if she believes in the multiple viewpoint system.
What were you saying, Aaron? What'd you say?
I asked her a bunch of questions on the live stream on Super Chats that Andrew asked her.
She de facto talked to an SP through Andrew?
Yeah, but she claimed she had never heard of me before and had no idea who I was.
And yet she was on Andrew's channel.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's not like Andrew Gold has a purely Scientology channel either. So the idea that she found Andrew, found his channel, found his Scientology videos, but that's all she found is like, come on now.
In no
Wow.
world does that count as plausible deniability.
Yeah.
I just texted you, Claire. Just look
Andrew
at that.
did ask her if she wanted to be interviewed by me, and she said, well, what if I just wanted to be interviewed by you, Andrew? And it's like, okay.
Wow.
Okay,
But
doing
one
a
thing
little
that she
minor
said-
camera adjustment here.
One thing that she admitted to that's going to get her in trouble is Andrew asked her about Lisa McPherson.
Yeah.
And she said, yes, that was probably a mistake. If you're going type 3, Scientology doesn't work on you and you should probably be sedated.
Oh my goodness. Yikes. Oh yeah, she's in for a world of pain. I'm sorry that she's going to have to go through that, but this is real time how Scientology works. And essentially she's another Tampa Brad, right, Aaron, for the most part.
Yes.
She's like just a new the female version of Tampa Brad. She wants to do right by Scientology, and there's some stuff happening on the internet. So I'm going to go in there. I'm going to clean it up real quick and show all the new skills I learned on my courses. And then Osa's coming for her.
The things that she said she gained by joining Scientology was she's a better driver.
Tell you that the OT powers almost always have to do with automobiles. Always.
parking.
Like 90% parking, finding a parking spot, not getting in an accident, and getting somewhere without directions or GPS.
And if she thinks she's a better driver in Arkansas, God forbid what happens when she gets to Florida.
Well, I don't know about that.
And that was just from the purification rundown, which is the only step of the bridge she's actually done.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. So let's do. Oh yeah, I just got a text from Mike. Are you going to invite us to the live tonight? Yeah, I did when I sent you the text this afternoon.
Yeah, well, I missed that one.
Oh, it's all good.
And then I went back and I eventually found it after sending you 17 texts saying, what's going on? I'm sitting here like a dummy. What's happening?
And then he just showed up. It's perfect.
Mr.
It's all good.
Mr. Technology here.
It's all good.
Guys,
I'm the
I have to tell
VHS
you-
man.
Let Aaron talk. What
I
happened?
have to tell you about the part of the interview where she explained how she got into Scientology. This is actually what she said.
Yeah.
She had a dream, and Tom Cruise came to her in her dream and took her by the hand and walked her into a garden pavilion and left her in the care of the Scientologist. And she woke up from the dream and decided to reach out to Scientology. I'm not kidding you. That's what she said.
Wow.
Tom Cruise came to her in her dreams. Now they won't let her within 100 miles of flag.
Well, I was just going to tell you, in Scientology, this is referred to as what's called Theedy Weedy. And Theedy Weedy is like, I'm trying to think of what the regular, like Pollyanna. Pollyanna. It's like everything's wonderful. There's flowers. Let's go through the fields and wave through the wheat. And nothing is bad and nothing ever happens. And somebody who's essentially unreal about what's happening. So she seems like she might be I didn't watch the whole interview. After about 10 minutes, I had some work to do. But as soon as I heard her say Scientology doesn't work on everybody, I was like, oh, you done messed up. You done messed up. Okay, let's do, you guys want to do some questions?
Sure.
Okay, let me see. Oh, real quick, now that I have you guys here, before we do the questions, and then if you got questions, get them in there, guys. So as soon as we start answering them, 6:45 is the cutoff. No more super chats, no more questions. But so I wanted to ask you guys about STAD, the Scientologists taking action against discrimination. And they call themselves STAND.
Right.
Now, if anybody doesn't know, an acronym is when you take the first few letters of words and you make them into a word that says something. Scientology doesn't know how this works. It's weird because they have acronyms all over the place within Scientology, but on Twitter, for some reason, they don't understand this. So I fixed it. I want to show you guys real quick. I'm going to release it here. So Twitter army of trolls for Scientology is TWATS, twats. And I think twats is actually the past tense of tweet. So this is what these guys are. They're the Twitter army of trolls for Scientology, or twats. So from now on, we're calling them twats. That's it. We're done. That's their name.
And I know Claire knows this, but does anybody in the United States know what twat is, or twat in the
You
UK?
can't-
Whoa.
whoa!
We were saying twats, Mike.
Twats.
Please. Proper nomenclature and pronunciation is very important. I don't know if do I have to bleep that, Matt? Aaron?
No.
Oh my
you're
God.
Okay.
Surely not.
It's an acronym, honey.
Well, it's twat. That's how.
It says right on the screen what it means.
Yeah, I understand, but it's how you say that A. That A, you can't go with it's like an R. You can't go with the hard R. You got to go with the A.
That's my pronunciation. That's all the problem.
It's an
is.
Australian. Yeah. That's what we're gonna call those guys. I just wanted to get that out of the way because it's been bugging me. This stat thing's been bugging me, and I figured it out today when I was on Twitter.
Okay.
Anyway.
Good job, Mark.
Yeah, I'm working for you, Scientology. Working for you. Claire, did you get any? Oh, yeah, she's got a lot. Okay. Colonel Brock says, Troy Suffles, but it's King Keebler Shoop's night. Oh, this guy was saying, I don't know if I can stay up late when the UK. And this Colonel Brock is like, dude, it's King Keebler Shoop's night. What do you mean you're going to sleep? It is King Keebler Shoop's night. We're going to do that after we get the questions. Anhata says, I wonder if Mark will do my photo captions. Anhata, we're doing yours. Don't worry. She got some good ones, I think. Again, from Dolores. Thank you, Dolores. Could DM's use of steroids explain his violence? I don't know about steroids, but HGH. I don't know if HGH affects your mood or anything. Do you know anything about that, Aaron? You're in the gym, kind of that gym world.
I mean, testosterone is what I generally associate with mood problems, but I just don't know if HGH does that.
We'll have to look into that.
Was he taking HGH?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
But not testosterone?
No.
I don't know about the
I mean,
testosterone.
every Dr. Schultz product in that field of performance, yes.
But hold on, was he taking HGH for fitness purposes? Or his growth
yes.
deficiency?
To be honest, I didn't ask him that question, but he ordered it in bulk. So,
He must have been taking testosterone as well if he's taking HGH.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Oh, another one from Dolores. Thank you for the super sticker, Dolores. And then we've got, JZ RJP 97. Totally would love to receive your bookmark. Yeah, we just hit 24,000 subscribers, and Claire gave away a book, and we're about almost halfway to 25. When we hit 25,000, Claire, every time we hit another 1,000 subscribers, Claire picks a random person out of the comments around that time and just sends them a book. So put in the comments you want a book when we're getting we're hitting the milestones. Pharma or Farm DM SPHD. Hi guys, what's your best estimate on an average money for a new member to make it from purif to clear? I'm trying to fathom the insane actual cash to clear the world. Oh, that's another good point.
I know. That's a
Okay.
great point.
Let me put this down because we can barely see Mike with the what do you think, Claire? Didn't you on Tony Ortega's blog? Didn't you guys do like the bridge to total freedom and how much up the bridge?
Yep, we did going up the bridge and rough estimates.
Yeah. So do you remember? It's like $50K to get from
Ballpark. Yep, 50 to.
Yeah, I was going to say 50 to 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on if you're the gal who's working on extension courses for 9 years, or if you're going to start paying for auditing. You have to do It really depends on each person. Everybody's different on how much auditing,
Yeah,
right?
and it
Aaron?
also
And
depends.
plus, the question was too clear.
Yeah.
Right.
Not 9 years of books and lectures.
Yeah.
And it also depends on how many podcasts you do with Andrew Gold, because that's
Yeah.
going to jack the price real big time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a couple of months of sec checking. Unfortunately, they don't do FPRD anymore, but
Yeah. It's
they're missing that
definitely.
income source.
Oh, they canceled FPRD on
I
public?
didn't know that.
Oh, there's no course to train FPRD auditors anymore, right, Aaron?
Well, what they did not re-release the Golden Age of the FPRD course for Golden Age of Tech 2, and half the FPRD auditors had or been declared, and so they had to scrounge because Mark, there's no tech vols in any of the orgs.
Wait a minute. They took them out?
Destroyed them.
Like the OECs.
Like they burned. Oh, no, they didn't. They did the same thing they did with the OECs
Mark,
to all the tech vills everywhere.
Mike, I asked about the OECs, and I was told the OECs weren't destroyed because the new ones aren't out yet. The reason the tech vols had to be destroyed is because they weren't the new Golden Age of Tech auditor training packs were different than what's in the tech vols, so they had to get rid of the tech vols. Wow. There's nothing that's been released yet that conflicts with what's in the OEC FEBC. But when the new courses come out, all the old stuff will be destroyed. So Mark, I'm sorry, Mike. No, Mark.
We're both here, Aaron.
Pick me.
You can just talk.
Eminem, there's only one set of tech vols allowed in the senior CS office, and no qual library, no academy, no nothing, no tech vols.
So Mike Rinder actually does have the most complete Scientology library in the world. Because he has all the X books, he has all the Hubbard books, and he has courses and old versions, and you don't have the really old OEC volumes, do you? Or
No.
Not the ones before the last ones.
No, not the first Ken Delderfield ones, no.
Yeah, okay, but those last ones, and weren't those released by Dave?
Yes. So
And the
were
red
tech
ones
vols.
too. Yeah. So we were talking about, I think you and I were talking about this, Mike.
Yeah.
The things that he's saying are not on source, like Key to Life, Life Orientation Course, the Tech Vols, the OEC volumes. Those are all things that he personally released. So he's telling them to destroy the things he made, that he released to everybody. And when he released them, it was going to be like Scientologists were going to start falling out of the sky into the orgs. Like,
this was the missing link to planetary clearing. I mean, everything is the missing link.
Yes,
to planetary
Golden Age of
clearing.
Tech, Golden Age of Admin, Key to Life, Life Orientation Course, the briefing course.
So, Mark, let me tell you, I had been under the impression, because Mike's made a reference a lot of times to the fact that there's no Class 6 auditor course right now, and I kept saying, "Oh, that's because Golden Age of Tech 2, and no one's finished the lineup yet." And I was wrong, because the Tech Vols are the course packs for the St. Hill Special Briefing course. And because there are no tech vols, that's why there's no briefing course. And here's what's crazy. The Golden Age of Tech came out 10 years ago, and there's still no tech vols.
And isn't that something that has to be produced at the INT base, Mike?
Oh, it has to be personally done by David Miscavige.
But I know, but they don't have the facilities to create those. Well,
Anywhere.
I guess
nowhere other than there.
Yeah, they can't. That is something that the INT base would have produced those things. They're set up to do that.
But Mark, how long would it have taken to just take the tech vols, fix whatever HCOBs are in the new course packs, and at least re-release what you've got, so it wasn't this massive red flag that there's no tech vols in any org in the world? It would have been so simple, right?
Yeah.
And the explanation that I was given is COB says that, every new release has to fund the next release. So the basics had to fund the ACCs. The ACCs had to fund the, I forget what the sequence of the releases were. But
But we can spend $30 million on private investigators, but we don't have $180 to put a book together. It's all digital now. That's so ridiculous. There's no costs. The int base is there. The costs have already been realized. They're spending it every week, whether they do work or don't do work, and everything's digital. You send that to the printer. It's so ridiculous. I printed. What book funded my book? I funded my book. I didn't release a book to fund the book. This is so nonsense. It's like the chicken and the egg. And this is the kind of stuff that Scientologists believe. Oh, we got to do this so we can do this. And then we got to do this so that we can do this. And we have to get all the orgs to St. Hill size so OT 9 and 10 can come out. And now we have to do ideal orgs so not OT 9. No, just release OT 9 and 10. What are you waiting for?
Hey, can someone on the back end pull up a photo of the tech vols? Everyone in the chat is wondering what the heck we're talking about.
Oh, good idea. Okay, I'm going to put up another question and then I'll grab that because I can do all that from here.
Will it let me share something?
Oh, yeah. Do you have it? You can share. I'll let you share. Sharing is caring.
You want me to turn my camera around?
And
No,
we have
it's
a ton of
okay.
questions to get through too.
No, let's go. Let's do questions because we have 83 questions. You guys don't have to stay for all the questions, but I would like you guys to stay for the shoops. So let's try to get through these. LK Niche. Mark, any thoughts yet on memberships? It will help. Yeah. I'm not sure I want to do the memberships because I don't have enough content. The memberships sort of imply that you're going to be able to give members something that you're not just giving everybody else. And I don't really I'm not really putting out enough content to sort of delineate that right now. Let's look at this. Let's look at this picture that Mike's got here. There we go.
This is TechVol 13.
And how many of them are there, Mike?
There's 13 plus the Index plus the CS series, the Auditor Admin series, and one other one.
So like 20.
15 or 16, I think.
Okay. Oh, look, there's the old man.
Look, there's a big picture of L. Ron Hubbard because this is all perfectly L. Ron Hubbard standard technology. Table of contents. These are big.
Yeah, and L. Ron
is like 599 pages.
Yeah, and let's say there's 15 of those guys, and those are Aaron. Why don't you explain what those are? Because you're our technical representative.
Well, those are the entire core of the information on how to deliver training and auditing.
Oh, by the way, sorry, Aaron. Sorry to cut you off. I haven't told you or spoken to you since I watched your interview with Lex Friedman. It was amazing, dude. You came off so good, and I will argue that you explained Scientology on a public platform better than any Scientologist has ever explained Scientology and the basics and the technology and dynamics and auditing. And Mike, am I wrong?
No, you're absolutely right, Mark.
There's never been a video where Scientology was so thoroughly explained from all aspects of it. And actually pretty fairly, if you want to.
That's what I was going to say. Incredibly fair that no Scientologist could argue with anything that you said.
Anyway, I was surprised. I was like, yeah.
Well, of course, but
theoretically they shouldn't.
Yeah, I was surprised.
They would have no leg to stand on.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, tell us about
those. Well, go ahead. Tell us about. Oh, I mean, those volumes are like, those are the 18. That's like the Bible of Scientology. That is how to deliver auditing and how to conduct, how to run the course room where you train auditors is in those volumes. Like, just literally imagine going into a church and they're like, we had to burn the Bibles because we found some errors in it.
Yeah, there was typos and parentheses that were in the wrong places.
Yeah.
Well,
they couldn't just put it in storage. They had to burn it. Really?
Destroy them. Shred. The other thing I was going to use the same comparison. I was going to say, if you went into a church and you say, well, what's your kind of like your playbook? Oh, we have this book called the Bible, but like, we don't have anything right now. We're waiting. The mother church is going to send us something. It's been like 9 years, but we're hoping we can get back to singing songs and doing prayers sooner or later.
They're on back order, COVID supply chain issues. We're all experiencing it.
I mean, whenever you think you've hit the limit of what Miscavige can convince Scientologists to believe, then you find out There's been no tech vols for 10 years? What is going on?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. The cognitive dissonance, it's getting more and more. And that is why people, if you're a Scientologist and you're watching this, the only thing that we don't have an infinity of is time. Get out. Stop wasting your time. That's the one thing that I wish somebody would have told me was the sooner you leave, the sooner you're going to start living your life. The sooner you leave, the sooner you can have a family, or you can have kids, or you can sleep on a regular schedule, or go to the movies when you want, or eat fettuccine Alfredo. Whatever. You can start doing that tomorrow if you stop with all the nonsense. Okay, what were you going to say, Claire? I heard you talking
I was
there.
just going to say, someone brought up in the comments a very good point. What about all the plates in the CST vaults of the tech volumes? They ain't going to be burning those, but...
That's right. So that's another thing I used to always say when I first started exposing Scientology was every time David Miscavige walks back one of these releases, there's millions and millions of dollars worth of titanium capsules that have everything that L. Ron Hubbard ever wrote, every page of every tech volume, every course, everything etched into stainless steel plates. And is it gold records, Mike?
No.
What are the records?
They're nickel plated, gold plated nickel, I
Yes,
think.
for the records. The gold is
record.
the part that has the grooves in it.
Right.
Oh,
And
by the way, not CDs, not MP3s,
well, they have
gold
CDs too, Mark.
records.
They have CDs too now.
Okay.
But the records were the original because they had a hand crank
Yeah.
record player.
Yeah.
Like that could be like when the civilization has been burned down by the nuclear holocaust and the cavemen come and find the technology,
Yeah.
they'll be able to listen to
Yeah.
the words of L. Ron Hubbard by cranking up even if there's no electricity.
Because
It's
everybody,
genius.
yeah, because
I don't know how
everybody,
they're going to get the things open, but
Yeah.
it's genius.
that is a good question. If you're like a caveman, a post-apocalyptic caveman walking around, are you just going to be like, oh, you're just going to open up the vault and walk in? How are they getting into this thing? It just
Well, how are they
withstood a
going to
nuclear.
open the titanium containers? Have you seen how those things are closed down?
They
They're
are
like,
they're hermetically sealed. They have argon gas inside of them, and they have this. If there's like a fire suppression, they have a Van Halen system that comes on if they if there's a fire in there, and yeah,
I think my favorite was the hand crank lecture player. You know,
Yeah.
you would just go like this
Yeah.
and it would play the Hubbard lectures.
I
You'd be
think-
like, seriously, what is going on?
I think it has solar too. Like they have like
Yeah,
a
it
solar
does.
thing that goes out on top of it. Because everyone knows the more moving parts on things that are supposed to last along, the better. Okay, let's get some.
Any good hunter gatherer civilization needs Friday night source briefing night. You know,
Oh my goodness. Yeah, yeah. They're gonna be like. They're going to just roll these off. They're going to just roll them through the desert in New Mexico. I went to that place in New Mexico with John Sweeney. We went in a car, and it took us 4 hours driving through the middle of the desert, and we got lost 3 times trying to get there and turned back and went back and all this nonsense. And some Cro-Magnon man are just going to stumble upon it. Oh, my goodness.
they're gonna be like, "Wait, I didn't understand that word. Pause. I need to get the dictionary."
Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. Clear your MUs. Okay.
there are dictionaries too.
Yes.
Take this.
They have
It's-
Webster's and the Oxford, the full Oxford on stainless steel plates.
This is Scientologists, please. Get your Google foo on research. Okay. Anhata says, we don't talk about Xenu, Scientology, the musical. That's fun.
Yep.
Denver Stevo, Mark, Claire, not to be outdone by that Rinder guy, but what do you think about writing personalized messages and purchases of Blown for Good? Your Claire Bears and blowheads deserve some love. Oh my goodness.
We're working on it,
Blowheads?
Denver Steve-O. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see. I did give Mike an earful about that. I was like, now people are asking me for inscriptions. Is this the one? Did you watch the Katie interview? Thoughts?
Yeah,
Is that the
that's the
girl's
one.
name? Is
Yes.
Katie?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Adon. Yeah, we just talked about that. Hello from Uruguay. Wow, look at that.
Uruguay.
Uruguay.
Yes.
Wow. How cool is
Louisiana.
that? I wonder if that.
Oh, we got Elron from TGAC. Thank you for TGAC. People are calling from TGAC. Bad teeth. Bad teeth up in TGAC. Okay, let's try to get some of these super chats. Oh, we've got a ton of super chats. Okay. Mike Rinder. Hello from Palm Harbor. Thank you. That's very meta. Catherine S. At Claire, would love to hear your thoughts on the Katie interview re OT materials. Heard of Xenu. We'll see how I feel when I get there, etc.
Yeah.
You'd have to watch it.
I'll watch the interview. But yeah, the fact that she's heard of Xenu and hasn't gotten there yet doesn't bode well for her. We'll just leave it at that.
You don't want to be talking about Xenu in the church. They get
I think
really...
she probably came down with the flu.
Yeah.
Well, they get really excited. If you say Xenu in the org, people will literally run over and usher you off into a corner and say, what the hell, man? Like, not cool. I'm trying to think. At the Imp base, did you ever hear this story, Mike, about BTs at the Imp base?
No.
There was I don't know what you call it, some kind of musician, and his name was BT. Do you know what I'm talking about, Aaron?
Well, I know that Brendan Ty was a security guard at the AO and wasn't OT, and so didn't know that BT was something you weren't allowed to say. And people would call him by his initials, hey, BT.
Yeah.
And the RTC rep was like, what is going on?
Yes.
Why are people talking about BTs out in the open?
The one I remember was a car pulled over at the base, and it just happened that they had the license plate One Heart Beats, One Heart BTs.
Yes.
So then the security guards read it as
I love BTs.
BTs. And they were friggin' tracking that like they were like, oh my God, there's an enemy parked on the street. It was a disaster. Nobody could leave the buildings for a while.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Wasn't it really about a Korean pop band or something?
BTS.
No,
Well, that's another thing.
It was a nurse. One Heart Beats.
Yeah, but BTS is BTs as well. It's just silly that they have words you can't say. Calico26 says, if David Shelley did have kids, would it have turned into what happened to LRH and Nibs? Well, I don't know. That could have gone any which way. But just look, Tom Cruise had kids. That didn't work out too well. And his kids ended up getting disconnected. Clara says, hi, Mark and Claire. Thank you, Clara. Is that the Clara
Yes,
that I think it always
the
asks
one and only Clara, yes.
Claire is helping us with some amazing merch for the SP shop, which is coming soon. I keep saying that, but it is actually moving forward. Brett Grace. Thank you, Brett. I see you over on Mike's channel and Aaron's channel as well. The reason she got into Scientology is because she had a dream that Tom Cruise brought her into Scientology. Ha ha. I know. That's so crazy. I didn't get to that far in the interview, but that is crazy. Oh, wow. We're getting all the updates. Started in 2014 in LA, moved to Arkansas and on Arkansas on basics. Thank you, Catherine S. Among Wolves, how did Miscavige treat Shelley in front of other Sea Org members? Did he protect her? What do you think, Mike?
Pretty much. I would say he okay. I never saw him do something that would be what he would mete out to the normal people.
Yes.
Like me or Claire or you, Mark, or whatever. I never saw him do that. I saw him diss her many, many times.
I was going to say, he was short with her a lot.
With things that you kind of went, whoa, if you knew what it was that was being said. Like, maybe a lot of people didn't catch it. Like, some of the things were kind of inside, and, you kind of knew that was not something that Shelley just appreciated that was said to her, or the look that she was given. I'm not sure that everybody got it, but the people that knew her and Dave well certainly got it, and
Yeah.
Shelley certainly got it.
Yeah, there was definitely times when he dressed her down a little bit, or was like, "Are you kidding me? You
Right.
like let that get through to like that kind of thing. Like, what's wrong with you?" But he didn't. He wasn't like screaming and cursing and yelling at them.
Right.
What
But
happened to
nobody
Claire?
would ever disrespect Shelley in front of Dave. I mean, Shelley was
No.
like number 2.
Yes, absolutely. No, that's
Yeah.
absolutely right.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You're right, Aaron. That would never happen. He would, you would never do that in a million years. I like this one just because Barb Sylvie says, it sounds like you're saying tech balls. P.S. I'm trying to get better at the super chat thing because I almost sent you $50 on accident. Thank you, Barb. You don't have to send me $50 on accident. We're saying, to be clear, we're saying tech volumes and OEC volumes, which is the Organization Executive course. That's right. Am I right?
Yes.
And in Scientology, they call both of those vols. Instead of volumes, everything's abbreviated in Scientology. Instead of saying the word volumes, you just say vols. OEC vols, tech vols. Gabriella Toth says, without tech vols, how would they do cramming? Yeah, exactly.
Great question.
It's
They wouldn't.
It's so funny that ex-Scientologists are outraged that they're not they don't have these volumes, but the current Scientologists are like, yeah, Dave said they were bad because there's like periods and commas and stuff missing. So we gotta wait for new ones.
False data stripping? Like,
Right.
because the truth is, Miscavige basically said the new course packs are enough. Kind of like with the first Golden Age of Tech, he said the drills are the reference. So in other words, everything you ever need to know is already in the course packs. And you're like, yeah, but you still have things like false data stripping and all sorts of shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, no more super chats, guys. I'm not answering any more after this. I'm going through these. We're trying to rip through these. Mystic Wolf, how long does it take to get somebody completely out of Scientology? How many people have you helped? What y'alls do is amazing. Thank you. It varies by person, and it also depends on how long you were in, on how long it kind of takes to get you out. It also, I think, Aaron or Mike, you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I think the more auditing and the higher auditing that you've gotten, the longer it kind of takes to strip that away. What do you think?
I think it's totally case by case basis. I mean, I'm in touch with a guy right now. He and his wife are both OT7, and they're so done with Scientology. They're getting their friends out. They're getting their family members out. Like, they don't need any coaxing, and they're ready. They're like, and even though they've been on OT7 for a while, they've known it was bullshit for years.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know the rhyme or reason for why some people take longer. And honestly, I don't even know how you define being totally out of Scientology. Like,
Yeah.
You're right. It's very person to person based. Okay, let's start ripping through these. RV at the beach says, been waiting for that. Stump jumper Katie. Yeah. Yikes. Gary Jackson Moorhead, I could tell you the name of the place where all that is shredded in Fontana. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've been to that shredding facility, Jackson.
It's like they have those machines that can like eat like a propane tank, just like gobble, done.
Yeah,
you just throw anything in there.
Actually, the shredding place is a place where you go dump like an entire truckload into not only a machine, but a vat full of acid.
Yeah, and it just mulches it, and it just disintegrates
Turns it into pulp.
We used to have a shredder at the Int base. I don't know if you had them where you were, Aaron, but at Int, you could put a phone book in this shredder. It just you eat the whole thing in one go.
Yeah, there was something that made an awful mess. It was a shredder plus a trash compactor. There was this crazy. It would create this dust. I never operated it. The base crew org operated that thing.
But did you have somebody? Yeah, did you have somebody who their cleaning station was to do the shredding, and they'd come back and they just looked like they just snorted a mountain of cocaine, just covered with white dust.
They just rolled in a bag of flour.
Nancy Griffin, thank you for the super chat. Jane Brown, thank you. Who audited or audits DM, and where can we find those tapes? Wishful thinking. As far as I know, David Miscavige has not done auditing since the early 1990s that I know of. He didn't get any auditing when I was there at the end.
Yeah, and when he was getting auditing, they were not recording it.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's for sure. OBG Foster. In 2008, I worked in a library system with 20 branches. Each branch got a huge box of books. What were they? I threw them out. Nice. Those were the basics. And they sent those. Yeah. They got Scientologists to pay for those for individual libraries. And Scientologists, were you still in when they were doing that, Aaron? When the basics were out?
Right at the tail, I left just before it got crazy.
But I have a big admission here.
Yeah?
I was sort of the source of the library campaign.
To get Scientologists to pay and then send a copy to the libraries so that they could then throw them in the garbage?
When I was the LRH Purse Bureau International, the
yeah.
L. Ron Hubbard Personal Public Relations Officer International,
yeah.
my stat was Hubbard book sales.
Wow. What?
Yep. That was the stat of the LRH Purse Bureau International statistic, what I was judged on.
Wow.
And one of the things was that Hubbard had made some comment somewhere about, you got to get my books into libraries so that people have access to them, and that this would be a great thing, and it's something that Scientologists could work on, and like some thing that I found somewhere, and I went, oh, that's a good idea. Not only that, I'll not just get books into libraries, I'll get my stat up.
Wow.
And that's what started the library donation campaign to get L. Ron Hubbard books into every library in the world.
Wow. Yeah. So the one thing I found, I've had a lot of librarians contact me regarding these boxes.
Yeah, most of them got sent back or trashed.
But do you know why? Because they do not follow this. No. Even if the libraries will almost take any books you send them. If you sent my book to the library, they'd take it and they put a thing on it. The way that the lectures and the different courses are packaged, they don't follow the standard library format. So you can't index them and label the way they label everything. And if it doesn't follow that, they just throw it away because it's just a pain in their ass, and they don't, and especially if they don't want it as well. Right. But there's a lot of people in here. I got Apostate Alex. TechVols also weren't removed from London.org. And then we got Catherine Olson.
Hi,
says
Catherine.
There are TechVols in Qual in the Academy in Columbus. So
not at PAC. Not at the PAC.
There might be some places in the outskirts that are like, you know what, we're keeping them. Who's gonna know?
Are they going to come inspect?
I paid good money for those.
Yeah. Apostate Alex is in the house. Yes, he is. Does Mike's library contain the CBR-OT8? Oh, so that's a command.
OT9 through 15 materials. That's Captain Bill Robertson for the uninitiated.
Did he write those?
Yeah.
He did?
Yeah, Excalibur. That's what he called it.
There's a Sea Org member who was executive director international. He was in charge of all the orgs, right?
No,
what was his post?
He was the deputy commodore on the Apollo. Captain Bill Robertson. He was actually a captain that preceded David Miscavige, and a real captain in the Sea Org. Him and Mary Sue Hubbard were the two captains in the Sea Org back in the day when Hubbard was around. Bill Robertson was a lunatic. Like, Bill Robertson was a crazy man who did crazy things and pulled off amazing accomplishments. Like when the oil crisis was happening, he was sent on a mission to Holland to go to Shell Oil and arrange for Scientology to be able to buy oil to fuel the Apollo. And somehow the guy managed to pull it off. He was like this crazy guy who never thought anybody could stop him from doing anything. And I have an amazing story about Bill Robertson that I will tell you at some later date because it's too long.
Nice.
Okay.
He went completely crazy in the end. Like before he left Scientology.
Oh, he went crazy in Scientology.
When he blew from the int base and he came to see me when I was in Clearwater, he had gone completely off the deep end.
Wow. Ugh. JLD is me said, is your throat better? I assume she's talking about Mike.
Yes, it's doing much better. Thank you for asking. I used my connections to Big Pharma, and I got some drugs.
Nice.
And they actually worked. They were astonishing. Like 24 hours, completely changed.
Awesome. Okay, we got the answer. Colette did it. She did the math we didn't do. At 50,000 times 5 billion, it would cost 250 trillion to clear the planet. There you go. I'm pretty sure Scientology is not getting that. That is a lot. That's more than I make in a week. Nikki Ann.
Big Pharma is paying me.
Yeah. I love all that you guys are doing to help people get out of the cult. You're amazing. I have Mark's book on the way. I can't wait to read it. Thank you, Nikki Ann. I appreciate it. Where is Tom Pope? The last I heard, so there was a gentleman by the name of Tom Pope that worked at the Ent base. He actually was missing a finger because he had an accident and it chopped his finger off. I think he chopped it off at the Ent base.
Yeah, and he actually was your brother-in-law for a bit too. Let's not forget.
That's true. He was married to my sister, Stephanie Pope, at the time.
Stephanie Pope was your sister?
Yes. Do you know who Stephanie Pope is?
So I knew Tom Pope when he was like the senior has FLB.
She was the senior purse off FLB.
Holy shit.
Yeah, she was the senior purse off FLB.
The world just got a whole lot smaller.
You didn't know that, Aaron.
Yeah, she lives like 4 blocks from you in Clearwater, Aaron.
Because now your sister's got a super weird last name.
Yeah, she married a French guy. So there was a facility called the Hockley Highlands that was they bought in Canada, and it was going to be the AO Canada. A new base, a new Sea Org base in the middle of the woods, or it was going to be a Narconon or something.
It was promoted as the advanced org for Canada.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And it was giant. It was like where's that place where the presidents go off to and like a retreat?
Camp David.
It was like Camp David in Canada, and it was it's a resort, like a golf course, and it was called the Hockney Highlands. And her and this guy named, what was his name? Robert.
Yep, Robert.
And
Bob.
another.
No,
Bob.
not Ursula.
He goes by Bob.
He goes by Bob, but Robert Letienne and my sister and this other girl were all sent there to be like the caretakers. And they joined the fire department, the local fire department, and they got trained on how to put out fires and fix air conditioners and clean and vacuum and do whatever just to keep the place nice so it wouldn't get rotten. And it got rotten. And there's actually videos of people going through, these people who do like abandoned castles and mansions and stuff. They went to this place and they go through. Is that
what that is?
They go through the whole. Yes. That is the place that my sister worked, and they went through a bunch of her stuff and they blurred out her name and her husband. They were the only couple there, and they just ended up getting married. You know how it is in the Sea Org. It's like, hey, we ain't gonna be doing anything unless we're doing something, so we might as well get married so we can get to doing something. And they have a kid now, and they live in Clearwater, right down the street from you, Aaron.
I need to get a T-shirt made just with a face of her picture on the T-shirt, and I'll walk around Clearwater wearing it until somebody recognizes it. I'll be like, "Is this you? Have you seen this person?"
Anyway, Tom Pope was married to her when she was at the Ent base, and Tom Pope, he got in trouble. Well, we were on the Freewinds. It was an event. And Tom Pope and this other guy named Skeeter, Cliff Thomas, they were out on the deck of the Freewinds laughing about something. They were smoking a cigarette, chatting it up, laughing. Well, when Maiden Voyage is this week of events that happens at the Freewinds, when that happens, David Miscavige turns this kind of conference room into his office and the green room you would kind of get ready or meet with before you go out on stage. And it opens out, it has doors that open out to the deck. So he walked out of this conference room and saw this guy named, I think it was Skeeter, Cliff Thomas, Tom Pope, and Adam Parcell, all yucking it up and laughing. They all got sent to the RPF because he was not in a good mood. And when Tom Pope went to the RPF, My sister ended up going to the RPF too for some other thing, and that happened in Florida. And so when she got off the RPF and went back to the base, Tom Pope didn't, and he never came back to the base. And so they got divorced, and then he married some other young girl in Florida. And is he any relation to Wally Pope,
No.
Mike?
No.
He does have another Pope brother, but it's not the lawyer Pope.
No.
Okay.
No.
Anyway, so Tom Pope is still in Florida somewhere at the Flagland base, as far as I know. Thank you for that. Blown Hards, Claire Bears, or something else. Claire Bears works fine because people call Claire Bear, they already call her Claire Bears. So Claire Bears, I think, is great. I'm not sure about the blowheads or the blowhards.
No. It said blown hards.
Blown hards, blowhards, blowheads, blown heads. There's so many different ones that I'm not sure about, but the community is supposed to pick them, so they have to pick them. DM taking HGH and testosterone and still the size of an 8-year-old girl. Thank you, MB826. That is ironic. The Purif sounds totally hellish to me. Being pumped of niacin and sitting in a sauna for hours. How was it for you? Has anyone died doing it?
Not that I've ever heard.
Yeah, I've never heard of somebody dying doing it, but it is hell and it is horrible.
It's not pleasant.
And you do have to drink a lot
Oil.
of oil and vinegar and volume of vitamins.
Nasty. I'm getting the smell
I
of
got
cow mag in my
PTSD.
nose from just talking
know.
about this.
Yeah,
Oh.
they have a mix of in the Scientology. It's called calcium and magnesium. They mix those two together
With
and then-
apple cider vinegar.
and then they pour apple cider vinegar in it. It is yucky. Okay. JLD is me. Must Katie Lohman pay for sec checks if she has $0? Yeah, it doesn't matter if you have money or not. If you go on the internet and say Scientology doesn't work on everybody, you're having problems. Denver Stevo says member only chats. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, but I have this really bad taste in my mouth about disconnecting people from the chat. It's not the thing. You can't really say we don't like disconnection and be like, no, you can't chat. Aaron, any updates on the credit card fraud stuff?
Updates how?
Like where are the updates? Give us the updates.
Come on,
I did
Aaron.
a huge update just today on the credit card fraud stuff.
There you go. Now we're cooking.
So you guys remember, so Ty Webb and Jason Hemphill were the ICs of PAC for a while. And then after like 18 months or something, they were moved off of that post. Other people were put on those posts, and they were they were made the ICs of the whole just ideal org projects. They were basically supposed to do what Angie Blankenship failed to do. Okay. Now, as part of this, they were running the ideal org missions, and that is part of how the financial credit card fraud got exported to new ideal orgs through the missionaires that were in the orgs for the ideal org missions. Josh Nicholson was the mission IC Pasadena org, and as the mission IC, he's the one who trained the Regis at Pasadena org on how to do the credit card fraud. Then Josh Nicholson got busted. He ended up getting sent to Miami. A Scientology public, I got his name somewhere. I'll do a video about it later. A Scientology public used Scientology's credit card fraud system, but used it to do real estate investing. He wrapped up he had Scientologists in LA sign contracts agreeing to let him use their credit cards. He used over $4 million of credit cards to do real estate investing projects that all went south. About 20 LA-based Scientologists all had to declare bankruptcy because of this dude. And Josh Nicholson was booted out of the Sea Org and now sells real estate in Las Vegas. So there's the update.
Wow. That's crazy. That's quite the update. Ron, hey, Ron. He says, I know Jeffrey Augustine and Karen Della Carriere have done amazing work exposing the cult for a long time, but I've never heard Jeffrey talk about his story. Was he in? Did he have to escape? Thanks. I don't want to speak for Jeff, but I don't think he was ever really a Scientologist.
Jeff did Scientology in the independent field, but he was never like on lines at a Scientology org.
Yeah,
Yep.
There you go. Sarge Outdoors says, I'm writing my own fantasy wood world setting, religion, magic for a D&D campaign. Oh, are you going to be a dungeon master? Will you join my cult if I make it real and start a church? LOL. That would be
No.
Nope.
that would be a great idea for D&D though. You could have SPs and you could have like what are those things in Harry Potter that steal the souls, the
Voldemort.
necromancers or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
OBG Foster says, "Sorry, Mike." I don't know what that was in reference to. I think it was
I
about
think that was the library campaign.
yes. Oh yes, sorry, Mike.
Yeah.
Hello from Harrisburg. Thank you, Harrisburg. We're ripping through them. Yings is Pittsburgh talk. Go Steelers.
Never heard that before.
NBGS TV. I think this is their new line. My Lyft driver recommended that I visit that wonderful museum on Hollywood Boulevard, CCHR, and added that Psy critics are just a handful of disgruntled ex-believers.
Clearly, that was a staff member trying to moonlight to make enough money.
Yes,
to stay
exactly.
alive.
Yeah.
It was probably an auditor.
Yeah.
Right.
If you do end up doing something, make sure you tell them that I was the one who brought you there.
Yep.
Her responses to my apostate Alex. Her responses to my question was textbook Scientologist. Yes, thank you, apostate Alex.
Agreed.
Maxwell Edison's mom. Closest org to Arkansas is Dallas. I live in Arkansas. I can find her and talk some sense into her. Thank you, Maxwell Edison's mom. The scrapbooker. Loving the party of your four. All you guys need now is Leah. Yeah. We're gonna have to get our stuff together before we get the glam squad in here. Annette232, can you all pretend to be bobbleheads for a short? Yeah, we could do that. Just go like that, guys. There you go. There you go. That should be enough. Thank you, Annette. You really got your $2 worth out of that one.
The end of this live stream.
Yeah, Catherine S. She also said that she sometimes feels nauseous in session, but feels great the next morning. Oh my God, this poor girl.
Pat responds to that. What turns it on will turn it off. Just keep going.
Yeah,
No,
John
she
says.
said, but when I go home and I take a hot bath, when I wake up the next morning, I feel great.
Oh my goodness, she's got a
boy.
jacuzzi the body thetans out of her. Catherine Olson says, John says, I think that's Catherine's boyfriend. John says that's why I didn't learn how to drive because I never made it to OT. Oh boy. Oh, Melissa.
That's not why, Catherine, but that's okay.
Yeah, Melissa Rib says she's going to Tampa for PTSSP course. Ha 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 ha. Oh, she's definitely doing the PTSSP course. Abel S says, I look forward to that lady's horror story in 12 months. We'll hear about it. We will hear about it at some point. Oh, it was my pleasure. Thank you. You're all awesome. And I'm really enjoying the debut of SPTV. Thank you, Marilyn. I love those crochet things. I don't even know how she thought of that. It's brilliant.
Yep.
Lydia Van Stretchclaw, who gets the best name award. I thought she said she had made a great sales pitch. She really didn't. And you guys are kind. Solopolistic didn't even begin to cover. I don't know what that word is. I'm sorry.
I've never heard that word before.
Me neither.
Sorry, guys.
We'll have to look it up.
Is that a fancy word for dumb as rocks?
Yeah. What's in it for you? Claire, listen to what was going on or your TED Talk. I was in tears that a mother would allow their sweet child to go through what you, sweet thing, went through. You are amazing. Then Mike's audiobook had me. Yes. If you, Claire did a interview. I think is it Scientology's stories number 2?
I think it's, number 2 or number 3.
Yeah. If you guys want to look it up on our channel.
Thank you for watching. I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you. Glad you're all there. Aftermath is now on Hulu Basic. Oh, good.
Oh, great.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you for letting us know.
Oh, that's good news. I didn't know that.
Is that Hulu free?
I think so.
No,
yeah.
Hulu's not free.
No, but I think it's like the $5 a month, or it's the lowest subscription.
Yeah, but I wonder if all 3 seasons are there.
Yeah, we got to check that out.
Yeah, I will.
Erica Bickers, thank you for the super sticker.
Solipsistic means selfish or self-centered.
Oh, there you go. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yay, the SPTV crew. Yay! Thank you, Andrea. Douglas Miller. Shoops are working, methinks. Shoops are working, methinks. Or just bagging, the king of blue meanies. Yeah. I think it's a combination. I think all of us being on YouTube and the spy files, the more I go through these spy files, the more I think it's about the spy files, because some of these documents are pretty juicy and there's a lot happening. Matheson actually came to the base.
Volney Matheson?
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Wow.
Thanks,
He must have
Jackson.
been really old by then.
Yeah, because, that's crazy. Keep up the good work, SPTV from Corpus Christi. Thank you, NBA 26.
Thank you.
Robert King, does OSIN genuinely believe in the tech, or are they just worried about exposing their scam of a business for what it really is? Robert King. What do you think, Mike?
Varies on a
I
person by person.
Yeah, again, but generally, Sea Org members believe in what they're doing. They believe in the tech. They believe in Miscavige. They believe in Hubbard. They may be deluded, but they believe it.
Yeah, totally. Jen Sissick, good evening, Mark and Claire. Ordered your book, and in minutes I get a shipping notification. Speedy, thank you. Yeah, ex-Sea Org members are anything, but they are fast. We work. We're workers.
Speed of particle flow alone determines power.
That's a Scientology nonsense saying. Claire Book. Barbara Sylvie from Spokane, Washington. You get the picture. I think she wants you to write a book, Claire.
I'm working on it.
That's what I take away from that. Okay, let's see here. I gotta get it. I don't like, Aaron bugs me when he just sits there. We don't keep him busy with questions. I like to see those pearly whites of him when he talks. Fifi Tinkerbell super sticker. That's not for Aaron.
Mark, you didn't even notice my blue shirt.
What? It's dark blue.
What? It's blue.
It looks
Is
black.
It actually? It looks
Yeah, no,
black,
it is.
Aaron.
I did. Rachel McCool-Helton says, how did the LA riots of 1992 affect Scientology? Were you down in LA when that happened at the Life exhibition, Mike, or were you back at the base?
No, I was at the base. But I know they boarded the whole place up. Everything got boarded up, and they had cordons of Sea Org members around the buildings.
Yes, and we did the same thing at the Ant base. So we all had to be on watch. If you were a male Sea Org member at the Ant base and you were in Golden Era Productions, we had to be able to see the next guy all the way around the entire perimeter of the property. There was an entire human chain of people at the Ant base of 500 acres. You had to have the other person, you had to at least be able to see them, even though we didn't have radios. We didn't have any way to communicate with each other. And we had to stand out there all day and all night. And in order to leave the chain, you had to be replaced by somebody. And some of us were out there for days and we couldn't go anywhere because we weren't being replaced because there was only so many crew. And they did this.
This was to protect us from the
rioters,
the looters and pillagers in South Central LA.
Yes. Yes. No.
90 miles away, coming and picking out this property in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, and they did
try and overtake it.
They did the same thing in PAC, and they did the same thing at the HGB, the Hollywood Guarantee Building. They stood around the buildings and protected them with their bodies. And in LA, they boarded everything up as well. And also, we did something very similar, I want to say in Y2K, or there was some other thing where everybody thought there was going to be riots at the end of 1999.
Yeah.
There was a similar thing that happened then. I think Jackson was gone by then, by Y2K. But yeah, there's all kinds of crazy Scientology stories like that. I just watched my Scientology movie on Hulu again this weekend. Where did Louis and Marty find someone so spot on to play Mark? They didn't play me. I was me in the movie, you maniac. Thank you, Denver Steve-O. I think Denver Steve-O lives down the street from me. Brett Grace. Scientology can't compete with this YouTube hype because even they have had active Scientologists making YouTube videos. They wouldn't be able to have open dialogue with their viewers like you guys do. That's exactly true, Brett, right?
Exactly.
Aaron, that's
They
spot
wouldn't
on.
be able to open up the comments and do an Ask Me Anything and
No.
all that. you
Yeah,
know?
one Xenu is my homeboy and the channel shut down.
Yeah, I mean, look, Tampa Brad had to turn off comments on all of his YouTube videos.
He did?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, see, that's like, like your mom's house. You watch your mom's house, right, Aaron?
I watch clips.
Okay, well, there's a YouTube channel called Your Mom's House with two comedians, Tom Segura and Christina P. And every once in a while, they'll watch somebody's video, and their viewers will go to that person's Instagram or they'll go to that person's YouTube channel. Like they have, what's that country singer guy? Trisha Yearwood and what's her husband's name?
Is it Morgan? Not Morgan.
No, the Garth Brooks.
Oh.
They send people to Garth Brooks' channel and they just ask him about weird things that he doesn't want to have to answer. Anyway, Sick Lid, not a member, but take my money, please. Okay, cool. Thank you. Appreciate it. Pamela Crawford, I just finished watching On the Edge interview. Oh, my God. Yes. OMG. Shannon
By the way,
Stam.
Andrew Gold's about to hit 100,000 subs. He's playing the LRH birthday game for blood.
He is.
Yeah.
And he's and he's using all of us to do it. Shannon Stam says, what is something funny that you admitted to in order to get the needle to float? Oh, everybody's got to answer this one.
But you don't admit to things to get your needle to float. You think happy thoughts in order to get your needle to float.
True.
Yeah,
That's true.
I would just think of this Depeche Mode concert that I was front row center for, and that still works for me to this day. If I just sing one of those songs, I have a euphoric kind of floating needle, good feeling.
So, guys, let's have a quick little, 30-second powwow about this.
Yeah.
One of the things I said on Lex that I knew was going to get me into trouble in some areas was that I don't know everything that affects the movement of the needle, but I know it's not just hand sweat and hand squeezes. And I just want to get your thoughts on that, because it's possible that everyone knows that breathing can get you a nice FN, but why is it that thinking happy thoughts tends to make the needle smoothly go back and forth? Any ideas?
I think it's it's when you're in that state, you're relaxed. I think it's
I think it has to do with whatever there's some kind of electrical current and resistance and the lack thereof. Do I think that it means the meter can make you tell your darkest secrets? Absolutely not. But I don't know how it works, but I agree that it's not just physical.
Well, I didn't say it's not just physical.
Yeah, and so do I. But I do too. And I wrote about it in my book, trying to explain what my thoughts about this are. But that movie by Tom Shadyac, I Am, is really interesting because he's going around the world trying to find the answers to life. And he meets these quantum physicists, and they are measuring emotion in yogurt. And it's fascinating. And I believe that emotion does have an impact on whatever the resistance of your body. I do, because I think that you can feel and sense emotions from someone. If you walk into a room and there is someone who is really upset or really angry, you don't necessarily have to see them or even have a conversation with them to get the idea or feeling that they are upset or angry. And that is some wavelength of something or other that is in the universe. And I believe what I don't think, like Claire, is that the e-meter can tell you what that is, right, or identify things. And Hubbard even said that many times. Oh, all you know when the meter reads is that the meter read. You don't know what it's reading on. But right, then he goes on and says, well, yeah, but if it's a theta bop, it means the person's trying to leave. And if it's an RS, it means they've got evil purposes. And if it's a this, it means that. And it's all fucked up. But
my last comment is, if you look at how like the stress test, that's to me the perfect example. You get somebody on the electrodes, on the cans, and you pinch them really hard, and then you tell them to recall the moment of that pinch, and you will see the needle dip no matter what. You pinch them really hard, and then they'll think that. Does that mean that the e-meter does everything that they say that it will do? Absolutely not. But there is some reaction there other than just purely physical or emotion or your body moving around or your sweat or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing that Lex did say in response to what I said, he goes, if there wasn't some correlation to thought, even if it's thought impacting something in the body, then the process would be so incredibly inefficient, it would never work for anyone.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I think we answered that. Okay. Melanie says, how about Headley and the Blowfish or just Blowfish? Headley and the Blowfish. Oh my goodness. This has gotten out of control. I'm gonna get on Andrew because he started this whole nonsense. There was not a word of this until he did it. Brett Grace, do you guys sleep well now? I hope you sleep like babies after all the sleep deprivation you guys have experienced. Long live SPTV. Thank you, Brett. Brett was like really coming up on some super chats tonight. Well, do you guys ever?
I do not sleep well.
I was going to say, when I fall asleep, I can sleep for like 5 hours when I fall asleep. I have a problem falling to sleep because I'm just going a million miles an hour. So I've tried a lot of things, and I've gotten to a point now where I think I know exactly what I got to do to kind of get my 5-6 hours. But like if I fall asleep at 8 o'clock, I wake up at, not 5 o'clock. If I go to sleep at like 8 o'clock, I'll wake up at 2 a.m. and that's it. I'm awake. I can't go back to sleep after that. But I used to have nightmares. That's why I really couldn't sleep, is because I would have a nightmare if I did go to sleep. But I haven't had a lot of nightmares lately.
Last week, I had a dream that I was back in the Sea Org and I got promoted to warrant officer. I was so happy to finally get promoted to not midshipman, warrant officer.
What was your rank when you were in?
PO3. I was nothing.
Oh,
I was a warrant officer at one point.
Nice.
I was a CPO.
Chief Petty Officer.
Chief Petty Officer.
I was lieutenant junior grade.
Oh, Mike had gold bars in the whole nine.
Like your real rank?
Yeah, my real rank was lieutenant.
Oh, not a status rank, like as a
my
post.
status rank was commander. My actual rank was Lieutenant JG.
Wow.
I was CPO.
I was a big fucking deal, man.
I was a chief petty officer for years and years and years. I got promoted to midshipman at Sea Org Day. And then a month later, I got commeved and I got made back into a CPO. I didn't even get any bars. Like I didn't even take the patches off that I had, my CPO patches off, and I was already a CPO again.
Heather was a midshipman. Heather was an officer.
Really?
I put in for promotion every single year, and I got denied every single year. Those sons of bitches.
That's the way it was at the end base for years and years and years. We didn't even have Sea Org Day, and we didn't even have any ranks or ratings or promotion ceremonies because everyone was in lowered conditions. Thank you for that. Whoever said that, I don't even know how we got onto that. Andre, thanks for the content. Does little Davy actually believe denying being served will really work, or just a delay tactic? I'm pretty sure Mike covered this, as it is in the video you did last night with Aaron. You talked about this as a delay tactic, and you even said what the next delay is.
Right.
So if anybody, go to Mike's channel or go to Aaron's channel and watch the Mondays with Mark and Mike that they did last night without me, and that you'll find
Mondays
all that out.
with Mike and Aaron and without Mark.
Yeah, Mondays without Mark.
I should go back and retitle it just Mondays without Mark.
Mondays.
Yeah, exactly.
Claire. Oh, here's one for Claire. Claire, when you first read OT3 Wall of Fire Xenu, what were your initial thoughts? Did you believe it, or were you like, what the heck is this?
The latter. Yeah. I mean, we've told the story about how the only reason I got on the OT levels anyway is because I had to for my job. And I was just like, wow, that's it. Okay, move along.
Yeah. Okay, this is a good one. I need my SPTV. I need my SPTV. Somebody get that going. Mark, I want to ask what the original song you used for your intro. I loved it. You guys rock. The song that I'm using for my intro is from Jeff Levin. Jeff Levin made the intro, the outro, and if you go to the podcast, we actually have these little, when the ad plays on the podcast, there's a little thing of music. But yeah, Jeff Levin is my go-to guy for anything I need for my music. And he has a film coming out. Yeah, he has a film coming out.
And I love that we just learned last week or so that from Jefferson Hawkins that he did the music for the Dianetics commercials.
Yeah, Jeff did the music for the Dianetics commercials. Okay, we got to rip through these guys because we got to get to bobbleheads. From Gold Interview.
Oh my God, we haven't even. Oh shit!
It actually has made me more compassionate 10 minutes later around the LA org. There's a lot of homeless people. It's kind of gross. Oh, from Gold Interview. Oh, from the Gold Interview. Yeah. It is horrible. The homeless situation in Los Angeles is out of control. It is. It's ridiculous. That Karen Bass, I hope she's got some plan because it's at an all-time high. It's the worst I've ever seen it. Bo Beats, you have 30 seconds with hypnotized DM. What do you say?
Stop hurting people.
Yeah, there
Act
you go.
like a chicken.
Yeah. Let Shelley go.
Stop.
Yeah, there we go.
McDuff 125, getting ready to donate to the Aftermath Foundation. You need a more recent photo, Mark. Cheers to the three amigos. Even rewatched the movie in your honor.
Nice.
You need a more recent photo?
On the Aftermath Foundation website.
Oh, I didn't even know there was a photo on there. Okay, we'll put one up there.
Nice face, Aaron.
Sorry. Panko, I'm already laughing. Buckle up, Buttercup. Yeah. There you go. Robert King, what would they do if Shelly M needed to go to the hospital, or worse, if she unalived at the there'd be a funeral? They're not really big on funerals, but they would take her to the hospital if she needs to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
They're not that's having her have a problem like that would be even worse. They need her to keep breathing. Barb Sylvie, if you need somebody to run the SP shop, I'm your girl. I'm really good at technology and such, and I'm retired and can package and send things whenever you want me to. No, we're good. We're just trying not for Claire to do it. Hello from Germany. Happy to catch you two live. Seeing Mark excited about the DM records last week was worth more than any money. Thank you, Stephanie.
Oh, wow,
my God, Stephanie,
that's
thank you
amazing.
so much. That was the best ever.
Yes.
Stephanie sent me some German Depeche Mode original records, printed records. Ruth W. I missed most of the TV in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. I have all of you set on reminders. I can't tell you what you all do for me. Well, thank you, Ruth. I appreciate it. Andrea, super sticker, thank you. Oh, yeah, now we're doing it. Now we're on it. Matrix Tech Solutions.
Oh.
Thank you. Fifi Tinkerbell, thank you. Bison 5360, thank you.
Thank you.
Ron, power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Yes, that is true. And I think you said, Lex mentioned that a few times in his interview that Aaron did with him. JLD is me. Andrew Gold said there are good things in COS and all cults. It made me want to scream. Even Comcourse is an indoctrination. Yeah, that's true. I mean,
I agree.
There is some cheese. There's got to be some cheese in the trap. So a lot of that stuff Hubbard did lift from other things. Ron Miscavige, did Ron Miscavige Sr. ever go through any of that stuff with you, Mike? Like
Oh, yeah.
He spent years researching like the communication cycle and
Scientology and the German version, and etc. Yeah, I went through a lot of that with him.
Ron Miscavige Sr. spent a lot of time identifying individual little nuggets of Scientology and where L. Ron Hubbard had lifted them from, and the actual book that we're assuming Hubbard read that he got that and stole that from.
Yep.
Okay, we're on the last ones here. Catherine S. I'm just imagining the eval that finds DM and his tantrums as the why. Obviously, it'd be accurate. LOA for Scientology declines, SO blows, etc. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mike, but when you did an evaluation at the int base, like they have this thing in Scientology where you're supposed to look at all of the information and come up with the why. of why things are a certain way, why they're non-optimum. And then you have to write a program and a plan on how you're going to fix that.
And you have to come up with a who as
And
to
you have to come
who
up
is
with
the
a
problem.
who. And you'd see those evaluators when those evals are coming out. You're like, ooh, let's see what this one's going to say. And it's very, you have to tiptoe.
Political.
You have to be very Sea Org politically correct, because it's Dave. He's the who, he's the why, he's the everything. And
I was interviewing Janice Gillum Grady here. I haven't published it yet, when she was in town, and she was telling me, I want to say the story was about her husband Paul.
Yeah.
And one of the things that got him busted was he was on some mission at the Flagland base, and he named Miscavige as the who.
Yeah.
Yes.
Paul was not a Miscavige fan.
No, he was not.
He was a big fan of L. Ron Hubbard, not a fan of Miscavige at all. Ellen Ramich. For those not in the Sea Org, is it harder for them to realize they're in a cult? Are the cult-like aspects evident for them as well? Oh, absolutely.
But probably harder.
Yeah, the cognitive dissonance is you're not out in the world, so you're not seeing that the orgs are all empty, unless you're if you're a Sea Org member in one of those orgs. But I would always wonder about that at the events, when Sea Org members would go to the events and we would say like, oh, this org did this and this org did that. And you think like, do they know this is not happening? And this is like, I know I've heard tons. We would get knowledge reports in from the orgs, Mike, all the time when an event would happen, and we'd say, and 27,000 people went into the Joburg org, and we'd get all these KRs. We'd get knowledge reports from the staff going like, 27,000 people did not come into our org. Be like, well, tell David Miscavige that he's the one that turned that into 27,000. MBGS TV. I can't forget the story of the child toddler who was left to cry with the anchor and chains on the Scientology ship. What happened to that child? I don't know. We covered that in another thing, but Claire is going to be interviewing somebody who might know about that, and I'll make sure she asks her if she knows about the children.
Wait, I know who it is.
And the chain locker. You know who the chain locker kid is?
Yeah.
Who's the chain locker kid?
It's Mike Reppin.
No, it isn't.
Oh.
Yeah, isn't he in the second gen Facebook group? He talks about it all the time.
He's the chain locker kid?
Yeah.
Well, Mike Reppin was just here commenting, I think.
Wow.
Oh, I didn't.
He's even commented. I've seen him comment in the chat about
Claire, you got to get on that. I didn't know he was a chain locker kid. There's a story about a kid who was locked in the chain locker on the Apollo. It was on some Sea Org ship. Okay, we're on the last questions. Turning Point event is the most boofed DM hair has ever been. Bride of Frankenstein. If SPTV keeps mentioning this, DM will only see his insecure hairstyle, and we will ruin his greatest moment. Jason. Yeah, that boof does seem to be getting bigger, Mike. It wasn't as boofy when we were there doing events. He's really boofing it out, because that's how you get
Trying
ants.
to make him taller.
Yeah. Sorry, Mike. I'm trying to put these up really quick because they block you. Is there a way to?
Let me read it then.
No. Oh, look at that. I like that. There we go. Okay, here. Let's do this. Oh no. No. I had it before. Whatever. Sorry, guys. Okay. How do firefighters and police have to behave if they respond to an emergency with known SP? If Aaron's house was robbed, would they have to respond, or would they wait for backup to take the report instead of them? The firefighters and the police aren't in on this, I don't think. Is that what that means? Yeah, no. Firefighters and police can do whatever they want. Just because Scientology says you're an SP doesn't really mean anything. I've got all kinds of friends that are firefighters and police, and they've read my book. And if Scientology comes, Scientology's the one that's going to have a problem. Here's a few shekels because I like you. They're Dementors. Oh, Dementors. Yes, thank you. What caused the echo? Mike, how's the throat? Mike, throat's good?
I answered.
Oh, yeah.
I got my big pharma connection.
That's a definition thing. Asked and answered. The echo was from some software that I had. Steven, thanks for bringing it up again. Dem, 199. Thank you, Dem. Sarah something Aloha. Blotchet. Do Sea Org staff at Bodyview still rinse LRH's clothes many times after washing them because of a scent phobia? Yep. Guys, there's Sea Org members that are laying L. Ron Hubbard's clothes on his bed tonight. So if he comes back, he's got something to wear. And they're laying out the clothes that he wore when he was still alive in the 1980s. Facts. Annette232, SP Bobblehead YouTube short just premiered. Awesome. Somebody send me a link to that. It's us going like this. Okay, these are the last ones. Lee, 790. Thank you for all you great people do. From your Irish friend in Newcastle. New South Wales. New South Wales. Thank you, Lee.
That's Australia, not Wales.
Yes, sorry. Sonia Durstler. Anything about the shootings in 1996 at the Portland Org?
What
That's
do you mean?
for you, Mike.
Anything about it?
Was there a story? Did something happen? Did it?
It's sort of some guy came in and did shoot some people, staff members in the Portland Org.
But they didn't die.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think anybody died. I think that 2 people were seriously injured. And I think that the guy had been, like, obviously anybody that goes around shooting people is not stable mentally. I think he had been, some reg had gotten a hold of him and tried to get money out of him or something. I'm very vague on the details. I don't really remember.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know about that. I was at the Ant Base. So if you were in the Sea Org, we most likely, unless you dealt with Portland as a part of your job, you would likely have heard it. Okay. These are the last 4, and then we're doing shoops. Dem, thank you. Terry, thank you. Jefferson Hawkins, thanks, Jeff. I appreciate it. Oh, wow. Miss Super Sticker. Thank you, Miss. Okay, guys, the moment you've all been waiting for. This is, here, I got to take this comment off. I have to do this because I cut these into their own video. This is David Miscavige, Scientology boss baby, Shoops of the Week. Here we go, folks. Okay. This is the winner of last week's shoot competition.
That was amazing.
Religion Impossible. Now, in case you haven't seen it, you got Dave and Tom in the middle in a romantic embrace, just about to seal the deal. You know what I mean? It says Religion Impossible, Rogue Thetans. You've got Jeannie Sonnefeld there with a bankruptcy sign. You got Marty with a little sleazy stash cruising in under the beak. He's shoving a little cash into his jacket there. And then you got Danny Masterson has got his little rohypnol or whatever there in his little jar there. And then you got Shelley behind bars. And then you've got these ghosts of Elron just hanging out in the background there. Religion Impossible. And by the way, Religion Impossible was the clear winner. But Nuts Around the, was it Nuts of the Round Table?
Nuts of the Round Table.
Nuts of the Round Table was a
Pretty damn
very
good, too.
close second. It was getting close. But then Religion Impossible once it started getting a lead, it just took off. There was no way to catch that horse. Okay. Are you guys ready for the next ones? We've got some amazing shoops. Amazing. We got this one. This is Camel Dave. You know, David Miscavige's cigarette of choice is a Camel Straight, or a Camel Non-Filter, or a Death Stick, whatever you want to call it. He likes to smoke these. Give your throat a vacation. Smoke a fresh cigarette. Camels. And then it's got Dave, and he's got his little, doctor, light focuser on there. I don't know what that thing's called, but it's so he can see down your throat better. And so this is Camel Dave, or Smoky Dave, whatever you want to call it. Camel Dave or Smoky Dave, we'll know. You got to comment in the end which one you like the best. So keep track of these.
Yes. Not in the chat. Not in the chat for the video. Oh my
goodness. This is Big Boy Director Dave. Big Boy Director Dave. He's got his little director hat on. He's got his little vest. He's got his little Golden Era Productions badge. He's got his Big Boy Director. And it says Director, COB. Cameraman, COB. He's doing it all. He's got Elizabeth Moss, Giovanni, or as I knew him as a kid, Vonnie Ribisi. He's got a little weathered L. Ron Hubbard there. Juliette Lewis maybe has some substances in her body. I don't know. She's just feeling really good. Tom's laughing it up. And then John Travolta is on the screen as Turl. They're watching Battlefield Earth. And then in the front row, it looks like John and his babysitter. It looks like John and his babysitter are making out in the front row.
You know, that's Jeff Catherine that John is kissing on the mouth there.
Was his babysitter, masseuse, or
Jeff Catherine was
or both?
Was the nanny.
Okay, and the masseuse?
Just the nanny.
Okay, just the nanny. Well,
the massages were free.
You know, I've seen Tom Brady kiss people on the mouth too, so you know, I don't know. Okay, so this is Battlefield Earth Dave. Okay, is there any other? There might be other Easter eggs, but these are the ones I've identified. Okay, this is Creston Dave. So you got the Bluebird motorhome, which L. Ron Hubbard had. It said Commodore's Hideaway, and then you got Dave behind that little wall there, and it says Creston Ranch, and he's saying they'll never find me here. So that's Creston Dave. This is Big Bang Dave. This is looks like it's been taken from the TV show, and you got John Travolta. L. Ron Hubbard from the 40s or late 40s, early 50s. You've got Dave chowing down on some noodles, and then you've got Tom, and they're all getting some of those gummies. What is that called? Balance
of Nature.
Balance of Nature gummies they're chowing down on.
So,
and
I've been getting so many emails about how these Balance of Nature ads are just everywhere. I've never seen one. I just don't watch TV.
Me either.
Yeah, I've never seen them either. And
all over MSNBC and Fox News, people tell me that this company practically funds Fox News. There's so many commercials on every program.
But this is the guy that Ben Shapiro. This is the company Ben Shapiro promotes, right?
Yep, Ben Shapiro promotes them on every podcast.
Okay, so this is Big Bang Dave. This is Look Who's Talking Dave. So you got John Travolta, and he's just carrying Dave around. This is an actual size photo, too, guys. This is not exaggerated in any way. This is Look Who's Talking Dave. This is Get Thee Behind Me, Unclean Thetan. And it looks like Dave maybe got bit or something. He's got this vampire thing going, and then somebody's using a bobblehead to get those unclean Thetans out.
That looks like Eddie Munster.
You know what? It might be. We could call that Munster Dave. Munster Dave. This is Too Short to Ride Dave. So this carnival's got a 5'2", you must be this tall, and Dave's just coming in right under that. And so sorry, Dave, no ride for you. This is Carnival Dave or Too Short to Ride Dave. This is Despicable Meantology, and it's got Dave Miscavige as Gru, and then I guess his brother is Tom, and that's the other Gru, like his brother. I don't remember that. And they've got Tom's his, what do you call that thing, Mike?
Bowling trophy.
Bowling trophy. He's got his bowling trophy, and yeah, they're
his patron Meritorious Maximus.
Yeah, Glutamus. Yeah, and that's so that's Despicable Dave. And this is I'm not sure. This is just, I don't even know how you theme this one. This is Tent Dave. He's in a tent there on that little island that the Freewinds has run aground on. And then there's the Statue of Liberty, and then there's a bunch of people. I love New York, proud to be SP. So yeah,
this is Stowaway. This is Stowaway, Castaway Dave.
Castaway Dave's coming up. Trust me.
Refugee Dave.
Also, there's some stuff that's inspired by you two last night that's coming up as well. So get ready for that. You know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So this is Tent. This is Dave in a tent. This is okay. Now I left this one in. This is guys. We have a quality standard we're trying to maintain here, okay? If you don't know how to use Photoshop, you don't know how to use Photoshop. But there's a lot of people that are submitting things who don't know how you do Photoshop. That's better than this, okay? I left this in because I want you to know what not to send me, okay? I love it, but it's not as good as I'd like. And it's also, guess what? It's portrait. So 2 strikes, please, guys. Come on. Let's keep our quality. Let's have
Side
some
to side.
semblance of quality. This one's okay. It's also kind of bad, but just because it's Alfred E. Newman, and Dave has been compared to Alfred E. Newman probably about 10 million times, so I left it in. It says, the latest of the early years. Totally mad. So that's mad, Dave. This is garbage. Dave the garbage digger. This is
special collections, Dave.
Yeah, Trash Panda Dave.
Dumpster Dave.
Dumpster
Dumpster
Dave.
You know, that's the D line.
Yeah, that's what they call it. Or what's the other thing? Special collection.
right?
Special collections or the D line. The D line
Yeah.
was way more common. That was the.
And is D for
common
dumpster?
Yes.
Okay.
There you go. That's Dumpster Dave.
It might have originally been from Dustbin from the Geo days.
Nice. Dumpster Dave. Okay, this is Ride Along Dave. So this is Grant Cardone just getting off his plane, Uncle G plane, and the FBI are coming, and Dave's just like catching a little ride, like a little super glider, like a little what are those things called? Sugar bear, just kind of hanging out with Uncle G. This is from Alex. This is from Apostate Alex. This is a grow your own cult leader, and you just put him in a little thing, a bowl of water, and then again he'll go. He won't grow out of the bowl, but he'll be actual size. Grow your own cult leader, Dave. That's from Alex, Apostate Alex. Thank you for that. This is young Dave. I want to say this from that TV show from the Big Bang guy, young Sheldon, and that's a little Dave looks like he's trying to make a move on this gal with her trapper keeper there. Maybe show him how smart he is. That's young Dave. Okay, now Mike and Aaron are talking about Dave at the Hacienda last night on their live stream, and Mike just says he could be taming lions in there. No one would know. And then Aaron has this great idea for everybody to send me all their shoops of Dave and Tom with the lions. So now we're going to go to that section of the shoops because they came, and they came fast and hard. Here they are. This is AI. So somebody told their AI, whatever that AI program that makes photos, make me a Dave Miscavige and Tom Cruise with a lion, and this is what it spat out.
And Siegfried and Roy.
Yeah, as Siegfried and Roy. So this is really weird, guys. You know what's really weird to me is those are Tom Cruise's teeth. AI or not, that's got that big giant chomper that's in the middle, Tom Middletooth. It's got Tom Middletooth all over it. Yeah. Okay. So this is we'll call this Dave and Tom with Simba. Dave and Tom with Simba. Okay. Now this is I thought we had more, but maybe we do. They might be later. This is Super Dave. This is in Florida. This is at the Flag Auditorium. He's got some regular size Sea Org members behind him, and then he's regular size in the front. He's got his little underoo outfit that he goes to sleep in every night, and he's got a little S with it's a Scientology sign, but it's a money S. And this is Super Dave. I think I know the gal in the middle. Do you guys know the ones on the outside?
No. I was just looking.
They're not recognizable. And this picture might be from the 80s. It looks like it's not mid 90s.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah,
so
I know the girl on the left. I just cannot for the life of me remember her name right now.
Okay. Was it the girl that was married to? Oh, never mind. We'll go. Okay. Yeah. Super Dave. Okay. This is Diesel Dave, not to be confused with the Diesel Brothers, but this is just bearded Dave. And I'm not sure. This person was just like, here's Dave with the beard. So we got Dave with the beard.
It's undercover Dave.
Undercover Dave. You didn't serve me. That was my cousin. Beard Daryl. Daryl Dave. Bearded Daryl. Did he have a beard? Oh yeah, that was Daryl. That was definitely Daryl. Did he have an Italian suit on? Yeah, he borrows it. This is Pee-wee Miscavige and Pee-wee's Big Adventure. And this is Dave's riding his little bike. And a comic odyssey, a howling good time, says Michael Wilmington of Los Angeles Times. Pee-wee Miscavige, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. This is, I don't know what this is. This is playtime with Dave and Tom. Tom's brony, so he's got his little My Little Pony trike. And Dave is dressed up in his little Davy Navy, fake Navy outfit. And there's an anonymous guy right next to Dave. Shelley
Hogan in the bottom left corner or bottom right corner or both.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, there's a little Hulk Hogan action figure in there. There's a squirrel. I can't say it on YouTube, but there's an L. Ron Hubbard motorized accessory that you wear in your backside, and it's shaped like L. Ron Hubbard, and it's vibrating. And that is there on the laptop. That's what Tom's been search history. And then there's a picture of Elron with an afro in the back, and it
that's
says
Elron Hoya Bembe.
Elron Hoya Bembe, and it says turn that poop into wine. And so that's going. And then there's another. This thing is endless Easter eggs. There's a pack of Camel filters on the bottom of the screen with a little ashtray. And there's a cup. There's a bunch of cups. But this cup next to Dave says, keep calm and trust Ron. Oh, and the boat that Shelley's in and that Dave's on the front of, it's called the Scientology Summer Camp. And that's right below those little deflectors or whatever the soft things you put on the boat. And then on the wall, it says T&D. And then there's a Scientology cross. There's a sign that says, I want you for Scientology with Tom Cruise at a podium. And then there's some more Hulk Hogan dolls on the other side. And then there's another one of those L. Ron Hubbard motorized accessories for the backside over there on the side. I think that's it. So let's just call this one Toy Time with Tom and Dave. Toy Time with Tom and Dave. This is very elaborate, folks. This is a lot of work that went into this. Okay. This might be my favorite. Under the Sea org. Okay. Wow. Okay. Another one. There's Monique.
Now, this is someone that knows how to use Photoshop.
Well, at the very bottom right-hand corner, there's a blobfish, and that's Monique Yingling.
Yep.
Then you've got Dave and Tom. Dave is the ginger. Tom is the darker-haired one on the shore there, right where the waves are breaking.
Dave's the mermaid.
Dave is the mermaid. Yeah, as you know, as it is. And then there's a fish behind him, and that's Marty. He's in the water there. Then there's like an Atlantis underneath there, which has got a giant Scientology cross. Then you've got all these mermaids up here. I guess they're just Sea Org mermaids. And then you got the Free Winds, which is having some issues, which is just getting ready to dock. And then you've got a BFG castle over there. And Xenu is on the top of that parapet of the castle, just like on the balcony, banishing Dave to the sea.
Oh, I see.
And then there's another, like a pelican or some kind of bird or some kind of animal that's up behind Tom, which looks like Danny Masterson with his little sleazy stash cruising in under the beak. And then you've got a Mike Rinder bobblehead up on the mountain. And then, that's what you got. So this is Under the Sea Org. This is one of my favorites, but that Toy Time with Toy Time, it's a toss up for me. Okay, this is Breaking Bad Dave, and he's just smoking a blunt and chilling. Can I say that on YouTube, Aaron?
We'll see.
Spoiler alert, Scientology is an MLM criminal cult. And then it's just got a bunch of destroys families, traffics children, protects bad people, shames and silences bad people, uses blackmail and Stasi, doesn't pay taxes after coercing IRS authorities. Time is running out, David Miscavige. The people know, so better call Tom, John, and Grant because their PR has a lot of work ahead of them. Scientology is fooked. Spoiler. And then it's got I didn't click on that. Maybe somebody can go to that. Maybe I should go to it before I tell other people.
Oh, I bet it's a real QR code, huh?
I'm gonna see. Oh yeah, it is, and goes to the aftermath. Love it.
Wow.
Curious.
Amazing.
Aftermath QR code. Good guy. Good guy. So that's spoiler alert with Dave. This is Dave, and he's getting served, and on the plate is a massive lawsuit. Okay, that's Dave gets served. This is Castaway Dave. He's stuck on the island with Wilson, and he's reading my Blown for Good book, and he's got an SP bracelet on, which doesn't make sense. He wouldn't be reading my book, but if he's on maybe he was going to use it for something, and then his plane went down and he got on the island. That's Castaway Dave. We're almost to the end, guys. Oh, here we go. This is Siegfried and Dave, and this is him and Tom, and are those ligers? What do they call those?
They're just white tigers.
Or white tigers.
White tigers. Yeah. And they're about to have an emotional embrace and then be eaten for dinner. This is Popeye as L. Ron Hubbard as Popeye spanking Sweet Pea, which is being played by David Miscavige. So that's Popeye Dave. This is Mad Dave gets nutty. Okay, now see how the resolution is going down, and these are portrait guys? This is what I'm talking about. I don't think it's really contributing to the overall. Oh, here we go. Still keeping your seat warm is Dave. Oh, I've never seen that picture of Dave before. And he's got a little devil Dave. And then he's got an Elron. We're almost at the end, guys. We're almost at the end. Faces behind the hate. It's got all these pictures. This is a Photoshop that's done after Scientology has one of these that has all of us. And this one says
good.
faces behind the hate, and they've crossed out hate, and it says cult. You got Tommy, Danny, Tommy Davis, Danny Masterson, L. Ron Hubbard from the 1940s or 50s, David Miscavige, Tom Cruise, Grant Cardone with his little 10X button. Tampa Brad making it in here.
Yep.
And then Marty Rathbun. Gosh, Tampa Brad's getting shrapnel full time. Faces behind the cult.
Credit to Clara.
Clara did that one. This is actual size Dave, and he's holding a quarter. That's how small he is. The Keebler King, Scientology boss baby. And then, so that's actual size Dave. This is Top Gun Dave. He's he's riding on the back of Tom's motorcycle like he likes to do. And he's got his little BFG patch. And then you got Xenu Dave. This is what I'm worried about. If Xenu's real and he comes back, you're not going to want to be on Dave's side. You're going to want to be on Xenu's side. Xenu is capable of not only galactic interstellar travel, but also mass cargo transit interstellar. He's got a lot of technology, and I don't want people to think that Dave is going to be able to go up against him. This is Xenu and Dave. This is Selim Dave's Dave on a pack of cigarettes, U.S. mint flavored. Again, these are portrait, so they might as well be trash to me, but I'm putting them in anyway. Chock full of poo. Wake up and smell the friggin' coffee. And it's got a picture of Dave going, wow. That's chock full of Dave. And this is another actual size Dave with a coffee cup. And he's about to get a little, this is an espresso. It's not a
That's
not a full cup. That's like a shot glass of coffee. And this is Dave with his with a friend he met from Germany, and he's just putting on his little summer dress, going out for a walk with his friend from Germany there.
Mentor.
His mentor, yeah, his OL as they call it in Scientology, his opinion leader. JDL. That's I think, is that the last? That's the last one. Okay. And that was David Miscavige, Scientology boss baby, Shoops of the week. Okay. So vote for your best ones. Let's wrap it up here. There was somebody just said Chain Locker Kid Story is an L. Ron Hubbard Messiah or Madman book. Yes, that's right. I didn't realize it was Mike Reppin, though. That's so crazy.
I believe Mike Reppin wasn't 4 years old. He was probably closer to 15. So maybe you're thinking of someone else.
Well, yep.
You were the one that said Mike Reppin.
There was more than one kid that was in
Oh.
the Chain Locker, guys.
Yes.
There was another guy called Lonnie Garriepi who was put in the Chain Locker for stealing Tony Dunleavy's Rolex when I was there.
Wow.
So it happened more than once.
Yeah.
I think the only people that would fit in the Chain Locker were kids, right?
No.
You
No,
could
no,
get
no.
regular.
Yeah. people were sent to the chain, like regular
Adults
people.
were too.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
When the anchor was out, there was plenty of room in the
Oh,
chain link.
okay. Yeah. I get it. Okay. Jay Dice, DM and TC homoerotic shoops are getting old, people. Yeah, Jay Dice is very sensitive to those type of things, guys. Take it easy.
The internet wants what the internet wants.
Yeah. And also, I have not ever I don't know how to use Photoshop. So I'm relying on you guys to use your judgment on what you feel will be entertaining to everybody. And some of you are hitting it out of the park. But to be fair, the Dave and Tom things, that essentially that got stirred up yesterday on the live with the Siegfried and Roy idea, and it is what it is, guys. And I did find it amusing. Mayo, has anyone got information on Brian?
I thought we
Teague?
were done.
I know. I'm just putting this
What are
up
you
because it
doing?
was the last one. Brian, do you guys know who Brian is? Brian Teague?
Ty?
It's
Ty?
Brendan.
Oh, it's Brendan.
Brendan.
Oh,
Yeah.
he was.
Yeah, he's our friend here.
Yeah, he was.
Came on to tell the being.
Was he on the Aftermath too? Right?
No.
He wasn't.
was on Megyn Kelly.
Oh, Megyn Kelly, and he's also done interviews with you on your channel, right, Aaron?
He did a fair game interview.
Oh, yes, that's what it was. He did a podcast, Fair Game podcast interview. Okay, if you guys are not subscribed to any of our channels, do that. Mike's got a channel. Aaron's got a channel. I've got a channel. Please subscribe. Andrew Gold said you don't need subscribers. It's a vanity thing. It's not totally a vanity thing, Andrew. Advertisers, YouTube, the algorithm, the more subscribers you have, the more people it's going to put your videos up in front of. We'll put a description to Mike's book below and Mike's blog if you want to get a signed inscription book. If you want to get a book from my site, all the copies from my site are signed. I'm not writing inscriptions yet. I'm not set up for that. But they're all the books you can buy from blownforgood.com are signed by myself and Claire. And if you want to support the Aftermath Foundation, you can go to, I've got these banners here. Oh, look at that. You could go to the SP shop, buy a bobblehead or an SP bracelet, and all the funds from the SP shop go to support the Aftermath Foundation. If you want to just support the Aftermath Foundation, you can go to theaftermathfoundation.org, and you can do so there. You can also sign up as a volunteer if you want to drive somebody to the airport, or if we need something, we send it out to the list like, hey, we need an old laptop, or we need an old phone, or we need a kid's clothes for the winter for these kids that are this age. Whatever we need, we send it out to that list for the volunteers for the Aftermath Foundation. And let's just see here if we got anything else. I think that was it. Did I forget anything?
Nope.
That was a marathon. What are we at right here, guys? We're at 2:21. That might be a new world record for all of us. Thank you, Mike.
We hit about 2,000 people watching, which is more than people. That's more than the people who turn up for a David Miscavige event.
100%.
That's more people than were on study in Scientology orgs today.
Yes,
Yep.
That's true as well. So for all you Scientologists out there, when you leave Scientology, there's more Scientologists that you knew on the outside of Scientology than there are on the inside, because they're all leaving and getting declared and blowing and reading the internet and smoking pot and eating mushrooms and doing all kinds of stuff you're not supposed to do in Scientology. And they're out here doing all that, not there. So if you want to reconnect with those people, they're all here. They're all waiting for you. There's so many people that will support you on the outside. You won't have to be embarrassed. You won't have to be ashamed. We're here to help you. Don't worry about it. It's all good. We're not mean. We're not evil. And we don't eat babies. We don't do any of those things OSA says we do. We're just regular people that are trying to help the people. I just wanted to say one last thing. People ask why we do what we do. If you escaped and you could help the people that were still there that haven't escaped, if you didn't do that, that kind of says something about you. And I think that's why I do it. I'm trying to make sure those people that are still stuck there can get out and they've got a place to go or a way to get out on their feet again. So thank you, everybody who joined us. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Claire, for being a moderator. Thank you, Goldie. Thank you for everybody in the comments that's supporting us. Claire's got a video coming out tomorrow morning. And her podcast, a new episode of her podcast, or the Blown for Good podcast, comes out every Tuesday. That dropped this morning. Go to links in the description and get all that stuff, and you can do all that happy hoo-ha. Till next time, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.